Sioux just was one of those guys when I saw him in Gary last year. I think he had a similar role to Aguilar, but he made some good appearances against us here last year, and I like a sidearmer or two on my roster if available. And when he became available, I didn't hesitate to jump on it. When we added him, he did a good job in his brief tenure with us. But we got Alex Dela Cruz is going to throw today too, another rookie classified guy that we're going to be leaning on quite a bit. And I've heard some really good things. Hadn't had a chance to see him since he's from Puerto Rico, but very interested to see him because I think he's kind of the guy that can push for a prominent role at the back of the bullpen. So anxious to see him go today as well.
And the guy who started off left you at a tremendous season in the Northwest League last year, Kyle Anderson.
Yeah, his MO is kind of just being a strike thrower. He's got some movement on his fastball, and he's got a good changeup, and he'll mix in a spinner or two. I'm not sure if it's really a true curveball or slider yet, but he spins it a little bit. So anxious to see him get out there and do what he does best and try to get a read on him because he's one of those guys that's going to be scuffling for a fifth spot in the rotation, maybe a long bullpen job to start the season. So really want to get a good look at him today.
All right, Rick, thanks a lot for the time. Good luck here this evening.
All right, thanks.
That was Winnipeg Goldeyes manager Rick Forney joining us on tonight's edition of On the Rubber, brought to you by Archangel Fireworks. Excellence in pyrotechnics. You are listening to the Rona pregame show ride to the ballpark. The Winnipeg Goldeyes and Sioux Falls Canaries getting set for an exhibition matchup, the first of two between these two North Division clubs, both of which are scheduled for 7:05 starts here at Shaw Park. The Winnipeg Goldeyes coming off a 20-0 victory over the University of Winnipeg Westman on Sunday afternoon, in which they drew 13 walks, also cranked out 17 base hits. The Canaries suffering the other end of that type of defeat, 19-0 in the hands of the Sioux City Explorers. Their pitching staff surrendered 5 home runs, and as you heard from Goldeyes manager Rick Forney, the Goldeyes will not see Ben Moore or Kyle Ruby in tonight's game. Probably will not see either of them in tomorrow night's contest. Steve Shirley expected to lean on those two veteran starters heavily this season to try and keep the Canaries in contention in what should really be a difficult American Association North. I haven't really talked much about the Fargo-Moorhead Redhawks, who of course are going to have a quality team this year, and the St. Paul Saints, who look incredible on paper right now. The Goldeyes certainly look very strong, and the Canaries have revamped their roster with just 6 players back from 2013 and only 1 position player back from 1 year ago. So the North Division, it's really going to be tough here in 2014. These two North Division foes will play the first of 2 here at Shaw Park. What we'll do right now is take a break and come back with On the Rubber. We'll take a look at tonight's starting pitchers after this here on Jewel 101.
My son loves hockey, but after a body check last season, I didn't think he would play. He slid hard into the boards. I was worried. We went to our family chiropractor. He set up a treatment plan, and his care was partly covered by Manitoba Health. Now, my son's back on the ice playing and enjoying every minute, even the practices. Thanks to our chiropractor for making life better.
Manitoba Chiropractors, making life better.
I'm so pumped for the Molson Canadian NHL contest at Boston Pizza that I hired a sportscaster to follow me around.
It's heating up.
You have a chance to win 2 tickets to every game of the 2014 Stanley Cup Final.
He shoots. He scores!
You can grab a pint of Molson Canadian for $5.99 at BP. Goes great with a pizza taco for $9.95.
And the crowd goes wild. Must be 21 years or older. No purchase necessary. See participating stores for details. Molson Canadian is a proud sponsor of the NHL. Boston Pizza. Hockey happens here.
Things you'll never hear a Cambrian Credit Union member say.
Oh, I just love paying service fees.
My high mortgage rate is amazing.
Yes, I'll pay $1.50 to use this ATM.
With Cambrian Credit Union's great rates and free banking through the UnFee, Cambrian members won't say these things. With a full range of hassle-free financial services, they're here for Manitobans. Cambrian Credit Union, building strong financial foundations for making dreams come true.
Going on vacation can be exciting.
Woo! Bon voyage, Winnipeg!
But when you're miles away from Winnipeg, the last thing you want to worry about is the security of your home. That's why Commissionaires Manitoba offers a house watch service. They'll do an interior and exterior patrol of your property, bring in your mail, remove snow from your car, even water your plants. Don't leave your house to chance. Leave it to the Commissionaires. Go to commissionaires.mb.ca.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Welcome back to Shaw Park and the Rona pregame show right at the ballpark. The Winnipeg Goldeyes and Sioux Falls Canaries getting set for exhibition play. A little warmer than it was Sunday afternoon and certainly during the workout on Saturday. It's time for On the Rubber, brought to you by Cal Tire, with 5 convenient locations in the capital region. We're more than just tires. Cal Tire, true service. A couple of left-handers scheduled to start this evening's contest. For the Goldeyes, it'll be 23-year-old left-hander Kyle Anderson, a very intriguing starting pitcher. Rick Forney and Jamie Vermillion are excited about. Anderson spent all of last year in the short season A Northwest League with the Vancouver Canadians, so Anderson with some experience pitching north of the border. That's in the Toronto Blue Jays organization, and Anderson was arguably the best pitcher in the Northwest League last year. He made 15 starts. Those are all of his appearances. Went 5-3, a 2.71 earned run average, 83 innings pitched, 74 hits. He walked just 12, struck out 58. He placed in the top 8 in all 3 pitching Triple Crown categories. His 5 wins were 5th best in the league. His 2.71 ERA was 3rd, and the 58 strikeouts ranked 8th. So just a real good season for Kyle Anderson. Certainly the competition in the American Association will be a bit stiffer than the Northwest League, but both Rick Forney and Jamie Vermillion excited about Anderson's pitchability. Not an overpowering guy, but excellent command, as evidenced by those 12 walks and 83 innings pitched last year. He's got a great changeup from the left side, and he actually performed better against right-handed batters last season. Lefties hit 270, righties just 219 against the left-hander Kyle Anderson. A composite opponent's batting average of 233, and Anderson will get the start here tonight against Sioux Falls. He's expected to pitch 2 innings. The Canaries go with left-hander Matt Wixwat, although we have been given word that it might be John Brebbia, a right-hander. Matt Wixwat is listed as the starting pitcher, a left-hander, 27 years of age. He was with the Windy City Thunderbolts, the Frontier League last year, ranked 3rd in the Frontier League and starts with 20. Now, he finished 1st in losses, not a category you certainly want to see your name at by the end of the season, a record of 7-11. He finished with a 4.82 earned run average, 115 2/3 innings, 113 hits allowed, 54 walks, 99 strikeouts. Opponent hit 255 against the left-hander Matt Wixwat. Now, it was a tale of 2 seasons. He got out to a very rough start in 2013. Wixwat, in his first 11 outings, 2-8 with a 5.90 ERA, but he really turned things around just after the All-Star break. His final 9 starts, a completely different pitcher. Wixwat was 5-3 with an ERA of just 3.62. So Wixwat will hope to carry that momentum from the second half of last year and at the beginning of 2014. And again, he is the listed starter, but we will keep you up to date on that, as there is a right-hander, John Brebbia, warming up in the Canaries bullpen. But Kyle Anderson and Matt Wixwat, the starting pitchers. Anderson will be pitching for the Winnipeg Goldeyes. He's expected to go 2 innings here this evening. He'll be followed by Christian Garcia. He will go 2. David Hatt, the Canadian rookie, will pitch 2 innings as well. And then 1 each from Gabe Aguilar, Taylor Suet, and Alex Dela Cruz. That will wrap things up for this edition of the Rona pregame show ride to the ballpark. What we'll do right now is take one more break, and when we come back, we'll have tonight's starting lineups and first pitch after this here on Jewel 101.
Here's the pitch, and oh my goodness, a line drive right into Martin's face.
He just smashed his glasses.
He's standing up again, but boy, those glasses are toast.
Well, I bet he's glad he's covered by Manitoba Blue Cross.
Just like sports, life can throw you a curveball. And while provincial health care doesn't cover glasses or all prescription drugs, Manitoba Blue Cross has coverage options to keep you in the game.
Manitoba Blue Cross, the color of caring.
Visit mb.bluecross.ca to find out more.
Summer in Manitoba sizzles all over the place, from our great beaches to our great ballpark, and especially at Goldeyes Grill, where they sizzle up some of the best hot dogs you've ever tasted. Diamond Dogs, the official hot dog of the Goldeyes, custom made by Winkler Meats. Diamond Dogs are naturally smoked, gluten and allergen-free, and made with quality ingredients that deliver full flavor every bite. Try them in the game or pick them up at your local grocer. Diamond Dogs from Winkler Meats. Product quality is their tradition.
Go, Goldeyes, go! Go, Goldeyes, go!
Salisbury House is giving Goldeyes fans a Winnie dog during the Win-O-Winnie When the Goldeyes Win promotion. When the Goldeyes win at Shaw Park, bring your ticket down to any of the 7 Sal's Express locations and redeem it for a free Winnie dog with the purchase of an order of French fries all season long. You have 1 whole week to redeem it, so don't snub the stub. When the Goldeyes win a home game, you win a Winnie.
Go, Goldeyes, go!
Salisbury House, your food, your way.
There's no feeling like escaping to the lake and catching a few fish. And Pro-Am Tackle has everything to make a fishing trip perfect. Rods, reels, tackle, trolling motors, even live tackle year-round and much more. Plus the guys at Pro-Am Tackle are local, know their stuff, and the best fishing spots. Oh, hold on. Hello? Jim? That you waving from the canoe down the lake? Let me send you a selfie with the fish I just caught. I loves me some nature.
Pro-Am Tackle, 1094 Nairn, or follow them on Facebook and Instagram.
It's time for Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on the crystal clear FM airwaves of Jewel 101. Now, let's go to the ballpark for tonight's game. Here's Steve Schuster.
From Shaw Park in Winnipeg, Manitoba, you're listening to Goldeyes Baseball here on Jewel 101. Tonight is an exhibition contest between the Sioux Falls Canaries and your Winnipeg Goldeyes. The starting pitcher scheduled for tonight's ball game, a pair of left-handers. For the Canaries, 27-year-old lefty Matt Wixwad, and for the Goldeyes, 23-year-old left-hander Kyle Anderson. Well, hi again, everyone, and thanks for tuning in. The Goldeyes got off to a good start in exhibition play on Sunday, thumping the University of Winnipeg by a final score of 20-0, a game in which 7 Goldeyes pitchers combined on a 4-hit shutout and plenty of great offensive performances up and down the starting lineup. The Goldeyes will play 2 here against Sioux Falls at Shaw Park. They'll take Thursday off and then hit the road not only for their final 4 spring training games, but of course to begin the 2014 regular season. That will get underway on May 15th against the Amarillo Sox. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineup for the visiting Sioux Falls Canaries under Steve Shirley, who is now in his 8th season as manager. Drew Murrin is the center fielder and leading off. Steve Tinoco is in right field and batting second. Carlos Mendez is at third base hitting third. Brandon Jones is the left fielder in batting cleanup. Shelby Ford is the shortstop in hitting fifth. Chris Duffy is the first baseman hitting sixth. Steven Branca is the second baseman in batting seventh. Dallas Tarleton is the catcher hitting eighth. And Kevin Dultz is the designated hitter in batting ninth. The Canaries starting lineup brought to you by Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. Fans, when you visit the Sky Suite level at Shaw Park, make sure to stop and relax in one of 3 Lazy Boy Comfort Zones. Each Lazy Boy Comfort Zone is fully furnished with the latest Lazy Boy sofas, love seats, coffee tables, and their world-famous recliners. The Winnipeg Goldeyes would like to thank Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries, located at 1425 Ellis Avenue, for their support. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries, live life comfortably. Drew Murrin, a left-hand bat, steps in against the 23-year-old lefty Kyle Anderson, and the first pitch of the ball game is a fastball taken for a strike over the inside half and the count is 0-1. First pitch this evening at 7:04 p.m. Central Time. Murren, one of several left-handed bats on this Canaries roster. The 0-1, swinging a ground ball up the middle to his right. Jake Blackwood, nice backhand pick, off balance though to first, and Casey Arthur has to step to the right of first base to prevent the off-balance throw from getting away. So Drew Murren will be safe at first with an infield single. A nice play though by Jake Blackwood, ranged several steps towards the second base bag. He tried to make the off-balance throw and bounced at Casey Arthur. Again, a good job to come off the bag, not try and do too much early on in the contest tonight. So a runner on first and nobody out. Steve Tinoco will step to the plate. Tinoco, the right fielder, and one of many newcomers, at least in terms of the position players this year for Steve Shirley. A right-handed batter, he crowds the play, and Anderson quickly out of the stretch. And the pitch, fastball that's taken low and outside. The count 1 ball, no strikes. Again, the Canaries have 25 players on their spring training roster, and only 6 of them played for Sioux Falls in 2013. A big lead for Murren at first base, and Anderson delivers a fastball high and outside. It's now 2 balls and no strikes. Third baseman Carlos Mendez, another right-hand batter, is waiting on deck. We're just underway, no score in the top half of the first inning. Outfield is a step shallow and straight away. Anderson delivers, and there's a fastball taken low and in. 3 balls and no strikes. Kyle Anderson, spectacular last year pitching for the Vancouver Canadians, the Toronto Blue Jays short season A affiliate in the Northwest League, made 15 starts. He went 5-3 at an ERA of just 2.71. He works off the third base side of the rubber, and he throws a changeup in 3-0, and he gets a called strike at the knees, and it's 3-1 on Steve Tinoco. Mendez on deck, and former Major Leaguer Brandon Jones is in the hole. Murren with good speed. He's held by Casey Arthur at first, a right-hand fielder. Anderson checks over in the pitch, swinging a foul straight back, came in with a fastball, and Tinoco was late. It's now 3 balls and 2 strikes. We'll see if Steve Shirley puts Drew Murren in motion early on. 3-2 and nobody out. The Canaries fell 19-0 to the Sioux City Explorers last night in a game played in Yankton, South Dakota. Left-hand pitcher, right-hand batter. Anderson from the belt, runner not going. 3-2, and it's in there for a called strike 3. Nice pitch by Kyle Anderson, a 2-seamer that came back over the inside corner. And fortunate for the Canaries that Murren was not in motion. Luis Allen, a great arm behind the plate. The Goldeyes might have had a chance for a double play, but Murren is still on first. And Kyle Anderson gets the first out here in the opening frame. That'll bring Carlos Mendez to the plate, another right-hand batter, a third baseman for the Canaries this year. On the defense tonight for the Winnipeg Goldeyes, Casey Arthur, you heard, is at first base. Jake Blackwood is at second. Amos Ramon starting tonight at third, and Tyler Kuhn is back at shortstop. Here's the first pitch. Line drive slicing down the right field line, and that will tail over by the grass berm, well beyond the reach of Josh Mazzola. It's 0-1. In the outfield, Ray Sadler is starting in left, Donnie Webb in center. Here, Josh Mazzola in right, and Luis Allen does the catching for the left-hander Kyle Anderson, 6'2", 205 pounds, 23 years old, from Aptos, California. A runner on first and 1 man down. Runner goes, they've got him picked off. Arthur throws down to second base. Tyler Kuhn's got it, and he will tag out Drew Murren in the back. Well-executed pickoff play by Kyle Anderson. Murren took off in first movement, and Anderson saw him take off a step too early, was able to make the throw over to Casey Arthur, and Arthur with the accurate toss to Tyler Kuhn waiting at the second base bag, so that'll be a caught stealing, and officially scored 1-3-6. So just like that, 2 outs and nobody on, and Anderson will go back into the windup. 0-1 on Carlos Mendez, and the left-hander delivers. Swinging a high pop-up right side. Going out Jake Blackwood, tough play towards the line. Blackwood's got it lined up in fair territory, reaches and makes the catch, and the side is retired. So Anderson gets around the leadoff infield single, no runs ahead, and nobody left on base after half an inning at Shaw Park. It's Sioux Falls 0 in Winnipeg, coming to bat here on Jewel 101.
Nice day. Want a drink?
Yeah, sure. Pass me a Pepsi. Whoa. Do you hear that? Open your Pepsi. Whoa. That was awesome.
Hit it out of the park this summer with the cool, refreshing taste of Pepsi. Pepsi. Live for now.
The Goldeyes Field of Dreams Foundation supports children's charities in Manitoba. I'm Tony Fletcher, Foundation President, urging you to get involved with the Fillmore Riley K's for Kids program by pledging a dollar amount per Goldeyes strikeout. Or show your support by picking up a Goldeyes license plate from your local auto pack dealer. The foundation receives $30 from each one sold. Thanks to you, the Field of Dreams Foundation has donated more than $1.6 million to children's charities since 1995.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
No score, bottom half for the first. Good job by Kyle Anderson to work around an infield single. We'll take a look at tonight's starting lineup for the Winnipeg Goldeyes, managed by Rick Forney, who is now in his 9th season. Tyler Kuhn is the shortstop and leading off. Jake Blackwood is the second baseman and batting second. Reggie Abercrombie is the DH hitting third. Ray Sadler is in left field and batting cleanup. Josh Mazzola is the right fielder batting fifth. Donnie Webb is the center fielder hitting sixth. Casey Harther is at first base hitting seventh. Luis Allen is the catcher batting eighth. Ryan Pineda is the DH hitting ninth. And Emis Ramon is at third base in batting 10th. The Goldeyes for a second straight spring training contest, hitting 10 men in the batting order. On the mound tonight for the Sioux Falls Canaries, it will be the right-hander John Brebbia. Lefty Matt Wixwad was listed as the starter, but it looks like Steve Shirley will roll out the right-handed John Brebbia to start things off. Brebbia split last season with two New York Yankees affiliates, Low A Charleston in the South Atlantic League and High A Tampa in the Florida State League. It's solid numbers, and he is making the start here. Not sure if he's going to figure into the rotation plans as Tyler Kuhn steps to the plate. Takes a fastball for a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. We asked that question because Brebbia in 3 professional seasons has made 68 appearances, and all have been in relief. The 0-1 pitch hit foul the other way. Good swing, just a little bit behind. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. Tyler Kuhn right in the mix of the 20-run outburst by the Goldeyes on Sunday afternoon. He had 4 base hits and drove in 2, scored 3 times out of the leadoff spot. A left-hand batter stands deep in the box, swinging a ground ball out towards shortstop. Tough play, back in it by 4, gets up, those to first, won't nearly be in time, and Kuhn is safe with an infield single. So Tyler Kuhn, like Drew Murner, the Canaries in the top of this inning, able to lay out an infield base hit. A good swing went the other way. Shelby Ford made a diving stop on the second bounce to at least give himself a shot. And a strong throw to first. Chris Duffy, though, had to play it on a hop, and by that point, Kuhn, who has great speed, had already crossed the first base bag. So we'll see if Winnipeg can capitalize on the early base runner. Jake Blackwood steps to the plate. Blackwood 1 for 5 on Sunday with an RBI and 2 runs scored. Outfield plays him deep and straight away. No score. We're in the bottom half of the first inning. And Brebbia out of the stretch. Fastball over the inside corner at the knees, and the count is 0-1. Tyler Kuhn with very good speed. He's had as many as 26 stolen bases in a single season. Chris Duffy holding him on, a right-handed fielder. Blackwood standing back in the box. And the 0-1 pitch. Line drive down the right field line. That's fouled. A good swing by Jake Blackwood. A fastball left over the plate. Try to poke it down the right field line. Ended up right around the Sioux Falls bullpen. And Blackwood falls behind, no balls and 2 strikes, with Reggie Abercrombie waiting on deck. A cooler evening, but again, more comfortable than the weather we had on Sunday afternoon. 12 degrees Celsius, 54 degrees Fahrenheit. Humidity is 64%. Righty against righty. The 0-2 pitch, breaking ball, hit foul the other way. And Blackwood stays alive with a defensive cut. It's still 0-2. A bit of wind tonight, 23 kilometers per hour coming in from the southeast. The lights are already in effect here at Shaw Park. It is very much overcast in downtown Winnipeg. With the 0-2 count, the outfielders shade a couple steps towards right field against the right-hand batting Jake Blackwood. Kuhn leads off first. Another 0-2 pitch, fastball high and inside. That clocked at 88 miles an hour, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. John Brebbia last year, combined 0-5 record, a 4.06 ERA. 34 appearances, again, all of them in relief. He had 1 save. Here's the 1-2, the runner goes, swinging a high pop-up, foul to the right side. Dallas Tarleton sheds the mask, and that'll land well into the seats. It's still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Brebbia combined for 68 2/3 innings, allowed 73 hits. He only walked 16, struck out 49. A lifetime ERA of just 3.37 in those 68 career relief outings. He has 3 lifetime saves, so Again, a late scratch here, Matt Wixwat, who was a starter and a good one last season in the Frontier League. We'll see if Wixwat makes his way into the game later on tonight. But right now it's John Brebbia, a tall right-hander. Now a step and a toss over. Tyler Kuhn able to get back standing up. He was running on the last pitch. Reggie Abercrombie on deck, and Ray Sadler is in the hole. Same batting order for Rick Forney as he had on Sunday. The only change, Amos Ramon playing at third, and Ryan Pineda is the second designated hitter. Here's the set and the 1-2 pitch. Changeup taken low and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Jake Blackwood able to work the count even after falling behind early 0-2. Brebbia, 30th round draft pick by the Yankees in 2011 out of Elon University in North Carolina. Originally, though, from the Northeast, born in Sharon, Massachusetts. He works from a medium set, the 2-2 pitch. Little looper out towards shallow center, tough play. Murrin coming in, Ford going out, and Ford makes an over-the-shoulder grab. Tyler Kuhn has to hustle back to first, and he gets there without a throw. Nice play by Shelby. Ford has been all over the field here early on today. He almost got Kuhn in the sharp 2-hopper in the hole, and here on a very difficult play, see the shortstop, second baseman, and center fielder all converge beyond the second base bag. Ford, 1, did a good job to take control of that play as the shortstop, and 2, made a great play with his back towards the plate and corralled that with 2 hands. So Kuhn is on first and 1 down, and here's Reggie Abercrombie, a right-handed batter. Abercrombie started in center field on Sunday. Tonight he is one of the 2 designated hitters. He takes a slider low, good block by Dallas Tarleton, and the count is 1 ball and no strikes. Defensively tonight for the Sioux Falls Canaries, Chris Duffy is at first base. Steven Branca is at second. Carlos Mendez at third. Shelby Ford is the shortstop. Brandon Jones in left field. Drew Murrin in center. Steve Tarocco is in right. And Dallas Tarleton doing the catching for the righty John Brebbia. Fastball taken high and inside. 2 balls and no strikes. While the Canaries, and certainly manager Steve Shirley, very familiar with Reggie Abercrombie, who had 4 outstanding years playing for the Sioux Falls franchise beginning in 2010. Right-hand pitcher, right-hand batter. Kuhn a big lead over at first. Brebbia holds the set, and Abercrombie fouls it the other way. It's 2-1. Abercrombie became the first, and to this day is still the only player in American Association history to have a 2020 year. He had 22 home runs and eclipsed 30 stolen bases for the Sioux Falls Pheasants in 2010. The 2-1 pitch, swinging a number foul off to the right side. That one coming off the inside of the plate. And the count goes to 2-2. Ray Sadler waiting on deck. No score in the bottom half of the first. Still very early tonight, the first of 2 exhibition games between the Goldeyes and the Canaries. Sioux Falls got a leadoff infield single from Drew Murrin in the top half, but he was eventually picked off by Goldeyes starter Kyle Anderson. Goldeyes trying to take advantage of a Tyler Kuhn infield hit. 1 on and 1 out. The set from Brebbia. Now he steps and tosses over, and Kuhn has to dive back. Tyler Kuhn exercising a healthy lead over at first base. Chris Duffy holding him on. Duffy, an all-star and a good one last year in the Can-American League, mostly for the New Jersey Jackals. Now another toss over, and this time Kuhn really has to dive back quick. So after the pause and then toss over, Brebbia came set and then made the snap toss after disengaging from the pitcher's mound. Abercrombie stands back in the box, holds the bat straight up. And the pitch, fastball low and outside, 3-2. And we'll see if Rick Forney puts Tyler Kuhn in motion. 3-2 and 1 man down. No score, bottom half of the first inning. Goldeyes like they did on Sunday, and more than likely Canaries will do this as well. We'll see a host of pitchers as both Rick Forney and Steve Shirley trying to evaluate the arms that they have brought in for 2014. Runner goes, 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, he got him. Tarleton throws to second, Kuhn slides, safe at second base. John Brebbia strikes out Reggie Abercrombie in the high fastball, and Tyler Kuhn just slides in ahead of the throw from Dallas Tarleton. So now there's 2 men down. The Goldeyes have a runner in scoring position. Ray Sadler will step to the plate. 0-0, bottom half of the first inning. John Brebbia, a right-hander in his 4th year of professional baseball, mentioned a New York Yankees farmhand, beginning his pro career in 2011. Runner on second and 2 men down. Now Brebbia comes set, third base side of the rubber. And the pitch. Sadler takes a fastball over the inside half. And it's 0-1. He's shown off pretty good velocity. Again, it's a relatively chilly evening tonight. He's run it up as high as 89. And of course, early on in the year, you're not quite in that mid-season form in terms of the arm strength. So Brebbie has got some pretty good stuff early on tonight. The 0-1 pitch, slider, checked his swing and he laid off. It's 1-1. The umpires for tonight's game, behind the plate is Bob Blad. Hank Lemoyne is over at first. And Scott Lengel is at third base, same umpiring crew that we had against the Westmen on Sunday. Tyler Kuhn led off this inning with an infield single to shortstop. He stole second. And Ray Sadler trying to drive him in with 2 outs. Sadler had a knack for doing that for the Goldeyes over the final 2 months of last year. Here's the 1-1. Swinging a foul straight back off the top of the screen. Good rip, and Sadler just missed that fastball. That one clocked at 84 miles an hour. Josh Mazzola waits on deck as Sadler can find a way to reach base. Sadler finished tied for 6th overall last year in the American Association with 72 runs batted in. That includes his time with the Kansas City T-Bones. He had 50 driven in just 59 games after joining the Goldeyes. Sadler briefly steps out. Goldeyes for a 2nd straight exhibition game in the navy blue tops with the Goldeyes W insignia on the upper left chest. White numbers, no names in the back, gray pants, and the navy blue caps. Tyler Kuhn getting a huge lead at second. Brebbia looks back at second base. And as he holds the set, Sadler calls for time, will step out. It also looks like Dallas Tarleton and John Brebbia might have a little trouble getting on the same page. Not uncommon this early in the season. No score, bottom half of the first. A clutch opportunity for the Goldeyes cleanup hitter Ray Sadler. Abercrombie and Sadler, 2 former Major League outfielders, sitting back-to-back, and can't imagine there are many independent teams that can boast that in the middle of their lineup. The 1-2 pitch, off speed, taken low and inside, and it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tonight's opening pitch was brought to you by the Best Western Plus. The Best Western Plus Winnipeg Airport Hotel is Winnipeg's premier event venue. Book your next corporate event, wedding, or conference at the Best Western Plus Winnipeg Airport Hotel. Swinging a ground ball off the third base bag. That's going to roll into left field. Tyler Kuhn around third will score standing up. It's an RBI single off the third base bag for Ray Sadler, and the Goldeyes strike first. It is 1-0 Winnipeg in the bottom half of the first inning. Sadler hit that hard. Even had that not hit the third base bag, it looked like that was going to sneak by the third baseman Carlos Mendez, who went into a dive attempt, but when that ball hitting square off the bag, it deflected in a shallow left field, eliminating any chance the Canaries keeping Tyler Kuhn at third base. So Ray Sadler comes through in a clutch spot, and now Josh Mazzola will step to the plate. So that'll officially go down as another infield hit, and Tyler Kuhn scoring all the way from second. Josh Mazzola had a good day on Sunday, and the first pitch. Fastball runs off the plate outside. The count is 1 ball and no strikes. Sadler can still run well, 33 years of age, but he's still got some wheels, and he's held by Chris Duffy over at first. Mazzola on Sunday 2 for 3, walked 3 times, and had 3 runs batted in. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss at a breaking ball low and away, and the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. John Brebbia, 6'1", 185 pounds. 23 years of age. He'll turn 24 at the end of this month. Mentioned a native of Sharon, Massachusetts. He comes to a set with a runner on first and 2 outs. The pitch, line shot, base hit through to center field. That was smoked by Josh Mazzola. Sadler will stop at second. Drew Murrin plays it back to the infield, and the Goldeyes keep it going with 2 men down. That's as hard a hit ball as we've seen over the first 2 spring training games this year. And Mazzola not trying to do too much, just stayed back and went back over the second base bag. So it's Sadler on second, Mazzola on first, 2 outs. And Donnie Webb, with a great day on Sunday, will now step to the plate. Webb, the switch hitter, will hit left-handed. Went 3 for 4 and drove in 3 runs, including a clutch 2-out, 2-run double in the bottom half of the third that helped the Goldeyes carve out an early 4-0 lead. First pitch, fastball over the outside half. And the count is no balls and 1 strike. Tonight, Donnie Webb is starting out in center field, his natural position, with Reggie Abercrombie taking designated hitter duties. 1-0 Winnipeg. We're in the bottom half of the first inning at Shaw Park. 2 on and 2 out. And Brebbia delivers. Slapped on the ground, foul just outside of third, and the count goes to no balls and 2 strikes. How good was Donnie Webb last year for the Rockland Boulders in the Can-Am League? A .297 average. He had 10 home runs, hitting mostly leadoff and near the top of the order for Rockland. And those 10 homers were tied for 11th in the Can-Am League. 46 RBIs. And did everything you want to see a top-of-the-order type hitter do. Got on base, drew walks, scored runs, and stole bases. Fastball missing inside, 1-2. Brebbia trying to get the final outer. He's got a chance to limit the damage, but another base hit or extra base hit could give the Goldeyes a crooked number here in the bottom half of the first inning. Webb behind in the count, 1-2 strikes. Sadler is on second, Mazzola on first. And now time is called for as Brebbia steps back of the mound on the third base side. Donnie Webb last year finishing in the top 6 in walks, stolen bases, and runs scored. He holds the bat high above his left shoulder. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses low and inside. He tried to get Webb to swing over the top, what they call a back foot breaking pitch. And Dallas Tarleton did a good job to stop it from getting away. 2 on and 2 out, bottom of the first, and a run is home. On the base hit with 2 away from Ray Sadler. Brebbia looks over at second base. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Webb. Swinging a ground ball hit to the right side. Duffy fields behind the bag. He'll take it to first himself. And that will retire the side. But not before the Goldeyes take the lead. They get a run. There were 3 hits and 2 left on base. After 1 here at Shaw Park, the Goldeyes lead 1-0 on Jewel 101.
It's the windup, and here's the pitch. Right in the mouth.
I think you lost the tooth there.
Sure looks that way. I bet he's glad he's covered by Manitoba Blue Cross. Big dental bill there.
Just like sports, life can throw you a curveball. And while provincial health care doesn't cover ambulance rides, dental care, or all prescription drugs, Manitoba Blue Cross has coverage options to keep you in the game.
Manitoba Blue Cross, the color of caring.
Visit mb.bluecross.ca to find out more.
Hey, you're looking red and shiny today.
It's just the burger sweats, babe.
That's not normal.
Nah, it's cool. I read the nutrition fact things like you said. I've got enough sodium for like 3 days.
It's easy to make the healthy choice at Jugo Juice. Jugo Juice smoothies are made with real fruit and veggies, 100% fruit juice with no added sugar, and no sorbet fillers or purees. So whatever you order, it's loaded with the good stuff. Stop by Jugo Juice at Shaw Park or Polo Park.
Year after year, after year after year, after year after year, after year after year. For 7 consecutive years, Johnson Waste Management, with a reputation for business excellence, has been recognized as the best waste management services provider in Winnipeg. Johnson Waste Management, doing our best to be the very best year after year after year after year after year.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Top of the second, 1-0 in favor of the Goldeyes, and a 2-out infield single that hit the third base bag by left fielder Ray Sadler. So Kyle Anderson will work with a lead in what is expected to be his final inning of work. He'll face 4, 5, and 6, Brandon Jones, Shelby Ford, and Chris Duffy. Kyle Anderson last year talked about the great job that he did, 15 starts. He allowed 2 or fewer earned runs in 12 of those 15 outings, and only twice did he allow more than 3 earned runs. He's been a strike thrower throughout the early part of his professional career. Began in 2012 in the Blue Jays system. First pitch on the way, fastball over the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Anderson last season walked 2 or fewer in 14 of his 15 outings. The one start in which he walked more than 2, he only walked 3. The 0-1 pitch. High fly ball towards the left field line. Moving over Ray Sadler, sprinting over, still coming on. Reaches foul ground, makes the catch as he sprints up the Goldeyes bullpen. Nice play by Ray Sadler to retire his former teammate from Kansas City, Brandon Jones. That ball began to slice towards the left field line, and Sadler initially looked like he might be able to camp under that ball around the foul line and to pick up the pace, and eventually caught that on the move. So a nice play by the veteran Ray Sadler. And officially caught in foul territory. 1 out and nobody on Shelby Ford stepping up. A feature acquisition by Steve Shirley this season. A switch-hitting shortstop will bat right-handed against Kyle Anderson. And the first pitch, fastball that's taken high and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Now, he mentioned during the pregame show, interesting thing about Anderson last year, he actually did much better against right-hand batters than he did against lefties. Goes from the windup, and the 1-0 pitch is grounded out toward short. 2-hopper fielded by Kuhn. Sidearm throw to first, and plenty of time to get Shelby Ford. 2 up and 2 set aside on just 4 pitches by the 23-year-old left-hander. Lefties hit .270 against Kyle Anderson last year. Right-hand batters just .219, and in large part due to that great changeup. Jamie Vermillier very high, both on Kyle Anderson's changeup and the two-seam fastball, both have similar movement. Of course, different velocity between those two pitches. And he pitches off that fastball, and he can use that changeup to put right-hand batters away, and he's looked very good here over the first couple of innings. Chris Duffy, a left-hand batter, steps in. He takes a slow curveball over the inside corner for a strike. And the count is 0-1. Mentioned Duffy, an all-star last season in the Can-Am League. Played in 98 games for the New Jersey Jackals, hit .293, had 13 homers and 62 runs batted in. Takes a fastball low, 1-1 strike. Goldeyes lead 1-0 over the Canaries. We're in the top of the second at Shaw Park. First of 2 spring training games between Winnipeg and Sioux Falls. The 13 homers were 4th best in the Can-Am League last year, and the 62 RBIs ranked 3rd. Swing and a miss out in front of the changeup. Looked like he tipped that into the mitt of Luis Allen, and it's now 1-2 strikes. So Anderson with the confidence to throw that changeup even to the left-hand batting Chris Duffy. Trying to finish off a couple of scoreless innings in his spring debut. The 1-2 pitch, slapped foul the other way, moved outside of the fastball. And a defensive swing by Duffy to stay alive. It's still 1-2. Steven Branca waiting on deck, the second baseman for Steve Shirley. Duffy is one of as many as 5 left-handed batters in the Canaries starting lineup. Murrin, Jones, Duffy, and Tarleton. Shelby Ford a switch hitter. Another 1-2 pitch, breaking ball taken low and outside. And the count 2-2 strikes. Looked like a slur from Kyle Anderson, clocked at 67 miles an hour. A different look for the left-hand batting Chris Duffy. Duffy finished last year in the Atlantic League, where the Camden River Sharks appeared in 3 games. Bases are empty with 2 outs. Goldeyes 1, Canaries nothing in the top half of the second. Duffy stands off the plate, the 2-2 pitch, breaking ball and a high fly ball towards right center field, sprinting over Webb with Mazzola. Mazzola to his right, makes the catch, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on base. Middle of the second at Shaw Park. It's 1-0 Goldeyes on Jewel 101.
You know, shopping for new clothes really shouldn't lead to an existential crisis.
Why? Just why?
Find your fit at Sargent Blue Jeans. Choose from your favorite brands like Silver, Levi's, Buffalo, and Dickies. Sargent Blue Jeans carries specialty and hard-to-find sizing with on-site alterations while you wait. You don't have to settle for good enough when you can get the perfect fit. For the best in casual and work clothes, hit a home run with Sargent Blue Jeans, located on the corner of Sargent and Valor.
Here's the pitch, and it's a grand slam! Here they come. Cans, juice boxes, glass and plastic bottles, into the bin!
The Winnipeg Goldeyes and Recycle Everywhere want you to swing for the fences and recycle all your empty beverage containers. They're full of potential and have thousands of uses beyond the landfill. Step up to the plate and pitch your drink containers into a recycling bin. Whether you're at home, work, school, or the ballpark, remember to recycle everywhere.
Cheers to the NSA slow pitch team whose uniforms are not uniform at all. Cheers to the times where more prep goes into playing after the game than playing in it. Cheers to the team who carries the cooler to the bench first and then maybe goes back to the van for the bats, balls, and gloves. Cheers from the Bud family, Budweiser, Bud Light, and Bud Light Lime. Proud sponsors of your Winnipeg Goldeyes and every NSA slow pitch team in Winnipeg. Go get 'em!
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Bottom of the second at Shaw Park, 1-0 in favor of the Winnipeg Goldeyes. John Brebbia, who allow the run in the bottom of the first, will go out for a second inning of work. Kyle Anderson looked very good in his first outing of the spring. He went 2 scoreless, through just 20 pitches, 1 hit, no walks, and 1 strikeout. Had a clear plan on the mound, trying to work the Sioux Falls hitters in and out. And David Happy, Canadian rookie, warming up down the left field line. He is scheduled to pitch the 3rd and 4th innings for Rick Forney. Goldeyes back to work in offense. They'll send up 7, 8, and 9. Again, Winnipeg is batting 10 players in their lineup for a second straight game. Casey Harther, Luis Allen, and Ryan Pineda against the right-hander John Brebbia. Mentioned Brebbia got it up to about 89 miles an hour in the bottom of the first inning, and he throws a fastball over the outside corner. It's no balls in 1 strike. Casey Arthur 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. The RBI came in a sacrifice fly in Sunday. Swings and hits one off the hand, shallow left center field. Moving over Jones with Murrin, and Jones makes the two-handed grab, and there's 1 away. That was the sacrifice fly that ended in the rundown in which Jeremy John of Breakfast Television managed to score from third base. John, of course, very appreciative of that opportunity to get the one-day contract for $0, and eventually got an at-bat, fouled a pitch off and walked in the bottom half of the 8th. 1 out and nobody on. Luis Allen now steps to the plate. Goldeyes catcher officially 0 for 1 with 2 runs and an RBI. He walked 3 times on Sunday afternoon. A right-handed batter. Here's the windup from John Brebbia. And the pitch, fastball, runs outside and low. It's 1 ball and no strikes. We heard from Rick Forney earlier today, and with the relationship that Rick Forney has with Luis Allen and as many years as Allen has been with the Goldeyes organization. 1-0 pitch, good cutter over the inside corner, and it's 1-1. That Luis Allen is part of the evaluation process as far as the pitchers go during spring training. He's seen just about everyone so far. 1-1, and it's taken inside under the arms of Luis Allen. It's 2 balls and a strike, at least in terms of the pitchers that have gotten into games. That's now a total of 8, 7 on Sunday, and Kyle Anderson's good start here tonight. The 2-1 pitch, swinging a broken bat, grounder left side, tough play. Mendez has it, slings it over to first, and it's dug in the backhand by Chris Duffy, and there's 2 away. So Luis Allen retired. That was an odd-looking play. Mendez was playing very deep, and Allen may have cracked the bat off the hands there by the time that came over. And now are they signaling for a foul ball? Luis Allen did a good job to run that out, and it looks like that will be a foul ball. So that probably led to the odd bounce there. Credit Carlos Mendez and Luis Allen. Allen for running that out here in this spring training game, and Mendez not taking anything for granted. Duffy made the backhand scoop, and in the end it's just going to be a foul ball in the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Allen motioning to get a new stick from the Goldeyes dugout on the third base side. Sioux Falls wearing some sharp-looking road uniforms. Here the traditional gray color with blue trim down the middle. Sioux Falls in black lettering and blue on the front side. Numbers in blue, no names in the back, matching gray pants. And they have navy blue caps with the Canaries C insignia in their traditional yellow color. So Luis Allen finds a new bat. 1 out and nobody on. We're in the bottom half of the second. The Goldeyes leading the Canaries by a score of 1-0. This mini spring training series will wrap up tomorrow. Another 7:05 start at Shaw Park. Another lefty will start for Winnipeg, Nick Hernandez, who is expected, along with Kyle Anderson, to battle for a spot in the Goldeyes starting rotation. Right-hand pitcher, right-hand batter. And the 2-2 to Luis Allen. Line drive, shallow left center, coming on Byrne with Brandon Jones. Byrne gets there in time, and he makes the catch. Not a bad swing there by Luis Allen. It's now 2 outs and nobody on, and that'll bring Ryan Pineda to the plate. Pineda started at third base on Sunday. Tonight he's one of the 2 designated hitters, with the Goldeyes batting 10 players in their starting lineup. Pineda was 2 for 3, scored 3 runs, and drove in 2. 2 outs and nobody on in the bottom half of the second. Brebbia to the windup, and the pitch. Fastball on the outside corner. Good pitch by the right-hander. It's no balls and 1 strike. John Brebbia spent 3 years at Elon University in North Carolina. Fastball outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. He struggled as a freshman and a sophomore. ERAs of 7.62 and 8.16, but he was phenomenal out of the bullpen as a junior in 2011. Swinging a high fly ball. Right center field, going back, Drew Murrin, still going back, by the track, makes the catch over his shoulder, and that retires this side. 3 fly ball outs, no runs, no hits, and no one left on base. 2 in the books at Shaw Park. The Goldeyes lead 1-0 on Jewel 101.
To some, he is a hero. To others, merely heroic. But to us, he's a Pools Hall of Famer. Raised on highlights and minor league stats, he played his game cards like he played Division 12 slow pitch. To win. Home team? Check. Visiting team? Check. Champion? Check. Be a legend with Sports Select. Pools players won over $7 million last year. Pick the winning teams today at your lottery retailer. Remember, keep it a game.
The Winnipeg Goldeyes make dreams come true by providing live baseball experiences to charities, nonprofit groups, and inner-city programs. Now with the Goldeyes Community Zone, even more memories are available to be made. For group tickets, contact the Goldeyes at 982-BASE. These seats are made possible through generous donations from the Community Zone partners. So from the Winnipeg Goldeyes and Community Zone recipients, thank you Manitoba Liquor and Lotteries, BFI Canada, Boeing Canada Operations, Labatt Manitoba, John Henry Creations, and Murray Chevrolet.
When's the last time your bank gave you a great big kiss when you walked through the door?
Excuse me?
That's what they do at Sonova Credit Union. Their DOG, Director of Greetings, is a St. Bernard who welcomes all members.
Wow, can he schedule appointments too?
No need. At Sonova, you don't need an appointment, ever. Drop by whenever works for you. Bank brighter with Sonova Credit Union at one of their 11 branches throughout Manitoba, with convenient 7 days a week service in Winnipeg.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Top of the third here at Shaw Park, 1-0 in favor of the Winnipeg Goldeyes. Rookie right-hander David Hatt, one of the two true rookies in the Goldeyes spring training roster, will make his unofficial professional debut. An exciting moment for David Hatt to not only make his pro debut, but to do it in his home country. Hatt originally from Hamilton, Ontario. He's coming off a collegiate career in the United States. He was outstanding at Wilmington University, located in Delaware last year. As a senior, David Hatt was 7-1 in 16 starts, an ERA of just 2.08. He worked 91 innings, allowed 69 hits, walked 18, struck out 56. Opponents hit just .212 against David Hatt last year. That followed up a junior campaign in which Hatt posted a 5-2 record out of the bullpen and had an ERA of just 1.72. He'll go to work against 7, 8, and 9, the lower third of the Canaries batting order, Steven Branca, Dallas Tarleton, and Kevin Dultz. So David Hatt will take the mound, as the ability, because he was a starter in college last season, to pitch multiple innings. He'll work out of the stretch here with nobody on base. It's 1-0 Goldeyes in the top half of the third. Branca, right-hand batter, slightly open stance, and Hatt delivers, swinging a foul deep down the left field line, and that'll travel out of play. The count is 0-1. Steven Branca cheating on a fastball, was way out in front. They drop that back leg and try to jack that out of the park. Goldeyes ahead by 1 in the 2-out infield single from Ray Stadler in the bottom half of the first inning. And working from a high set third base side, and the 0-1 pitch. Fastball on the outside corner. Good location, and the count is quickly 0-2. Out with a good pitcher's body, 6'3", 215 pounds, just 23 years old. He won't be 24 until October. Native of Hamilton, Ontario. The 0-2 pitch, checked a swing and a breaking ball. It's taken down low, and the count is 1-2 strikes. Last season, he was named the Central Athletic Collegiate Conference's Pitcher of the Year, for that 7-1 record and 2.08 earned run average. Dallas Tarleton waits on deck. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He got him. Chased a breaking ball off the plate. So a nice start for David Hatt. He strikes out Steven Branca, who waved and missed that slider low and outside. Dallas Tarleton, the veteran catcher, stepping up, a left-handed batter. Final line on Kyle Anderson. He can't win, having not gone the requisite 5 innings, but he certainly looked good in his spring debut. 2 shutout, 1 hit, no walks, 1 strikeout, and a very efficient 20 pitches thrown. Dallas Tarleton, a left-hand batter, open stance. David Hatt delivers, and it's a fastball just outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Hatt with a 2-seam fastball, slider, curveball, and changeup, the full assortment of pitches. 1-0 Goldeyes, top half of the third. Outfield is shallow, and the pitch. Swinging a high pop-up, foul left side. Going out is Emus Hermon. This one's going to reach about halfway into the box seats, and the count is 1-1. Tarleton expected to be the everyday catcher this season for Steve Shirley. He's been as high as the AAA level twice in his career. In fact, he was in AAA Colorado Springs in the Rockies organization for 5 games in 2013. A lifetime .251 hitter. Right-hand pitcher, left-hand batter with the bases empty and 1 man down. David Hatt, the 23-year-old true rookie, out of the stretch. Fastball, that's over the inner half for a strike, and the count of 1-2. Good job by Luis Allen. He set up very late inside, and Tarleton maybe looking for something away. It was called looking. Now it's 1-2. Branca was struck out on the slider. We'll see what Hatt throws here ahead in the count to the left-hand batter, Dallas Tarleton. Now the outfield shading well towards left center. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, or did he get a piece? And he just got a piece. So Tarleton stays alive. Well, he saw David Hackett, Stephen Branca to chase the off-speed pitch away. Here he tried the back foot slider, and Tarleton was just able to stay alive. Bob Ladd, the home plate umpire, tosses a new baseball into play for David Hatt. Looks in to get the sign from Luis Allen. Kevin Doltz is on deck. Now the right-hander is ready. Allen sets up way in. The pitch, and it's on the outside corner. Strike 3 called. Back-to-back strikeouts for David Hatt. That one looking like a changeup, which tailed back over the outside part of the plate. 2 outs and no one on. And Kevin Doltz, the lone returning position player for Steve Shirley, will step in. The Canaries are handcuffed a little bit here to begin this season. A couple of players that Sioux Falls had high hopes for, not currently on the roster, one of which is A.J. Kirby Jones, a big, powerful batter just before spring training, was signed by the Atlanta Braves organization. Here's the first pitch. Fastball called strike on the outside corner, 0-1. He's already hit 3 homers in 6 games for the Rome Braves in the South Atlantic League. The other was Greg Rohan, a veteran infielder, and he unfortunately is suffering back problems right now. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball outside, 1-1. There is a chance that Rohan could join the Canaries later on down the road, so Sioux Falls a little bit shorthanded. Only 11 position players on their roster right now for spring training. They have 14 pitchers for a total of 25. Bases empty and 2 outs. 1-0 in favor of the Goldeyes in the top half of the third. Righty against righty in the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball on the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and David Hatt early on demonstrating the ability to throw multiple pitches for strikes. Seen him throw the fastball, changeup, and now the breaking ball, all within the confines of home plate. Chance here to strike out the side in his first professional inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball just outside. And it's 2-2. The leadoff hitter, Drew Murrin, who to this point, the only Canary to reach base, is waiting on deck. That was with an infield single in the top half of the first. Center fielder Donnie Webb a few steps the other way against the right-hand batting Kevin Doltz. And the 2-2 from Hatt. Swinging a high fly ball to center field. Donnie Webb going back a few steps. He's under it. Now to his left. Makes the catch. And the inning is over. Good job by David Hatt. He sets the sign down in order with a couple of strikeouts. Nothing across. Middle of the third here in downtown Winnipeg. It is 1-0 Goldeyes here on Jewel 101.
You have a mission. Make summer yours. Master the lawn, own the barbecue, and make the yard into your own private kingdom. And you'll find everything you need to complete this mission at Rona, your destination for all home improvement and renovation needs. Building materials, barbecues, lawnmowers, patio furniture. The only thing you need is imagination and a little know-how. And if you need help in that department, the experts at Rona are available to give you the best tips on your home improvement projects. Rona Home and Garden. What's your next project? Visit Rona.ca.
Most days, you can predict what life's gonna throw at you.
He's 2 for 2 at bat so far today.
But every once in a while...
Strike! Oh, he did not see that coming.
When life throws you a curveball, Ranger Insurance will protect what's important to you. Whether it's home, life, auto, or commercial, they have a plan that fits your needs. Ranger Insurance, putting relationships first. For the protection you deserve, visit rangerinsurance.ca.
Water cooler's out.
Never fear! As a powerful elemental, I shall conjure forth a refreshing aquatic spring to quench our thirst. Just, give it a minute.
Clean, great-tasting drinking water isn't magic. It's Culligan. Culligan Water has been serving Winnipeg and surrounding areas for 58 years. As a member of the CBWA, you can count on their highly trained staff to deliver the best possible water treatment products and services, drinking water systems, and bottled water. Culligan Water. Better water. Pure and simple.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Bottom of the third at Shaw Park, the Winnipeg Goldeyes lead the Sioux Falls Canaries by a score of 1-0. John Brebbia, again, who has been only a reliever in 3 professional seasons, will go out for a 3rd inning of work. Now, this is only speculation right now, but this might indicate that Steve Shirley would like to see Brebbia in a starting role, even though that is not something that he has done. Meanwhile, Matt Wixwat, the original starting pitcher, is warming up in the bullpen. Amos Ramon leads off. He takes a fastball from John Brebbia. And the count is 0-1. 10-1-2 to up for the Goldeyes. Amos Ramon, Tyler Kuhn, and Jake Blackwood here in the home third. The right-hander winds in the 0-1 pitch. Ramon swings, hits it in the air, shallow center, charging in. It's Drew Murren coming on, makes the catch. And there's one away in the bottom half of the third inning. David Hatt in the top half of this inning did an outstanding job. Again, in his unofficial professional debut, he struck out 2 batters and got a lazy fly to right center off the bat of Kevin Dulce, who just 14 pitches, and he'll face the top of the Canaries lineup in the next half inning. Back to the top of the Goldeyes lineup for Tyler Cooney. In a sharp 2-hopper towards the hole at shortstop. Shelby Ford made a nice play and got the throw off to first, but Kuhn was too quick and beat it out. He would steal second and eventually scored on the hit from Ray Sadler. The first pitch on the outside corner with a fastball, 88 miles an hour. And the count is no balls and 1 strike. The reason we speculate that Brebbia might be in the plans for the rotation. Here's the 0-1, hit on the ground on the right side. Moving over, Duffy's got it, makes the underhand flip. And a good job by Brebbia to get over the bag to cover. 3-1 in the spring training play, and it's 2 outs and nobody on. You wouldn't ordinarily see a relief pitcher, or at least a guy you would expect to work out of relief. Certainly not work 3 innings, but even 2 would be high at this point in spring training. And with Brebbia working in a 3rd inning of work, looks like Steve Shirley might be trying to turn Brebbia into a starting pitcher here for 2014, which could very well be the case, because if you remember back in the April edition of the Inside Pitch, there's Jake Blackwood 0 for 1. And he takes a fastball in the inside corner at the knees, and the count is no balls and 1 strike. Forney mentioned at the time when he signed Ethan Hollingsworth, one of the reasons he was so happy to get Ethan Hollingsworth, in addition to him being a quality starting pitcher, fastball low and outside, 1 ball and 1 strike, is that he said there just weren't a lot of established starting pitchers available when guys got released from spring training this year. There were, however, a lot of quality relief pitchers. The 1-1 pitch, line drive, shallow right center field, and Steven Branca makes the catch on the edge of the outfield grass. So John Brebbia, good job. He sets the Goldeyes down 1-2-3, and he's now retired 7 batters in a row. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on base. 3 in the books here in Winnipeg. It's 1-0 Goldeyes on Jewel 101.
Don't let the name fool you. Princess Auto is for the real men. Men who like to get their hands dirty. Men who like to work from the ground up and use the best tools and equipment for the job. Real do-it-yourself men who know an air filter from a defective fuel pump. The only reason it's called Princess Auto is because that's the kind of girls these men attract. Princesses.
Did you see his car? It looks so amazing.
Yes, Your Highness, of course.
Princess Auto. Visit princessauto.com for more.
The rebates are back! The rebates are back!
What?
The rebates from Reliance Superior Heating and Air Conditioning are back, and I'm not missing out on the great savings this year.
The rebates from Reliance are back by popular demand. Right now, when you buy a high-efficiency Lennox furnace and air conditioner from Reliance, you get $2,000 back in rebates. Call Reliance Superior Heating and Air Conditioning now at 204-697-5666 or hurry over to RelianceSuperior.ca today. Some conditions apply.
I'm Larry McIntosh. Did you know that Peak of the Market vegetables are grown in Manitoba? Well, they are. 100% Manitoba grown with no exceptions. Peak of the Market's Manitoba family farms are all located within 100 miles of Winnipeg. Peak of the Market, always local and proud of it.
The very best from Manitoba, and it's Peak of the Market. And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Top of the 4th inning at Shaw Park, 1-0 in favor of the Winnipeg Goldeyes. David Hatta looked impressive in his spring debut, setting the side down in order in the 3rd. He'll go out for a 2nd scheduled inning. He'll face the top third, Drew Murren, Steve Tinoco, and Carlos Mendez. Goldeyes leading by 1. Kyle Anderson threw 2 very strong innings to start. David Hatta out for a 2nd frame. And he will be followed by Christian Garcia later on tonight. First pitch on the way is a fastball taken outside. And the count is 1 ball and no strikes. Murren led off this ball game with an infield single. A ground ball that was hit up the middle. Jake Blackwood made a real nice play to get to it. And the off balance, though, was just a little bit late with Murren beating it out. Fastball, that's also outside. Now 2 balls and no strikes. The out-of-town scoreboard is brought to you by Manitoba Blue Cross, the color of caring. A couple other games scheduled in exhibition play for the American Association. Check swinging a fastball high. And the count is now 3 balls and no strikes. Yesterday, the Fargo-Moorhead Redhawks defeated the St. Paul Saints 3-2 at Newman Outdoor Field. Those two teams playing for a second consecutive night. The Wichita Wingnuts fell in a contest against a local college fastball. That's down the middle at the knees, 3-1. Emporia State University beating Wichita Lawrence Dumont Stadium by a final of 6-3. The Emporia State University Hornets, one of the top Division II programs in the United States. 3-1 on Murren. The pitch, swinging a line drive just beyond the reach of Tyler Kuhn. That's a base hit to left center field. Drew Murren now 2 for 2. And that'll break a streak of 8 batters retired in a row by Goldeyes pitching. And the tying run is on first with nobody out. Steve Tarocco now stepping to the plate. Quick clean swing the other way by the left-hand batter Drew Murren. It'll be a threat to run held by Casey Harther over at first base. Mentioned Sioux City defeated tonight's opponent, the Sioux Falls Canaries, 19-0 in Yankton, South Dakota. The Gary South Shore Railcats, the defending American Association champions, they'll play at Evansville of the Frontier League. And Lincoln and Kansas City were scheduled to play at 7:05 at Community America Ballpark. First pitch on the way, breaking ball to Tarocco, misses just outside, a close pitch. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. Tarocco was called out on strikes in the top half of the first. Kyle Anderson came back from a 3-0 count to ring him up. Right-hand pitcher, right-hand batter, and the 1-0. Fastball low and outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Drew Murren has had as many as 14 stolen bases in a single season. Again, Casey Arthur, a right-hand fielding first baseman. Murren getting a pretty good lead. Here's the set from Hattie. Steps, tosses over, and Murren just dives back. Murren, though, was picked off by Kyle Anderson with Carlos Mendez at the plate. A 1-3-6 play in which he took off in first move, and we'll see if he tries to take off in the righty here. David Hatch is 23 years old. And the 2-0 pitch. Fastball low, and it's now 3-0. Mentioned he is one of 2 true rookies on the Goldeyes roster, the other being young catcher Matt Alba, with a great college career at Kutztown University. Alba looked very good on Sunday, both at the plate and behind the plate. Now Murren with a huge lead at first. The pitch. There's a strike on the outside corner. Good fastball from David Hatt. Pardon me, that was a 3-0 pitch. And now 3 balls and 1 strike. Carlos Mendez on deck and Brandon Jones to follow. Goldeyes 1, Canaries nothing. Another toss over and Murren dives back out of the tag from Casey Harther. David Hatt last year 7-1, a 2.08 ERA. And Wilmington University, that's located in Newcastle, Delaware, way out on the east coast of the United States. Now the runner goes, and they've got him picked off again. No throw this time from Casey Harther. So for a second time on the base pass here this evening, Drew Murren took off a little bit too quick, and David Hatt was able to step off. Actually, it looks like maybe the umpires had called a balk. In any event, Drew Murren's going to end up on second base. And the count is still 3 balls and 1 strike here on Steve Tarocco. We'll try and get confirmation, but it did look like Murren had just gotten a good jump. And by the time that Harther had gotten the throw from David Hatt, there was no chance to get the speed of Murren over at second. A runner in scoring position and no one down. 3-1 on Steve Tarocco. Here's the set from the right-hander, David Hatt. He checks on second base. And the pitch on the way. Swinging a high fly ball, right center field. Moving to his left is Donnie Webb. Now under it, Josh Mazzola to his right. Mazzola makes the catch. Murren will tag and draw a throw. It comes on a hop to Amos Ramon. And it's now 1 away. So a good job by David Hatt to prevent Murren from getting to third and setting up a potential sacrifice fly. Fly to medium right center, run down by Josh Mazzola. Carlos Mendez, the veteran third baseman, will now step up. Mendez entering his 10th season professional baseball, and it is a stolen base, so not a balk. So Drew Murren credited with a steal without the pitch actually coming to home plate. He still represents the tying run in second, now 1 down, with the Goldeyes leading 1-0 here in the top half of the 4th inning. Mendez, a tall right-hand batter. Hatt looks in, he has the sign from Luis Allen. He'll set up off the plate. The pitch, breaking ball low and outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Mendez originally signing with the Cincinnati Reds, an international free agent out of Venezuela in 2004. He spent the last 2 years putting up excellent numbers in the Frontier League with the Southern Illinois Miners. Single could tie it up. Jake Blackwood keeping Drew Murren near the bag at second base. The 1-0 pitch. Good fastball over the outside corner, and the count goes to 1-1 strike. The remaining scheduled pitchers for the Goldeyes this evening: Christian Garcia, Gabe Aguilar, Taylor Suet, and Alex De La Cruz. 1 run, 3 hits, and no errors for Winnipeg. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for Sioux Falls. Swinging a line shot foul outside of third. And it's now 1-2 strikes. Good swing by Carlos Mendez, who last year hit .337 for the Southern Illinois Miners, playing in 93 games. He had 4 homers and drove in 50. And .337 batting average, ranked second in the Frontier League. The year before that, good numbers at .278 with 3 homers and 47 runs batted in. Allen setting up way off the plate, and the 1-2 pitch, punched on the ground to the right side to his right. Blackwood field, sets up, sidearm throw to first, in time to get Mendez, and there's 2 men down. Murren will cross from second to third. So now there's 2 away, and David Hatt, who at one point in this inning faced a runner on second and nobody out, has a chance to keep the slim 1-0 lead intact. He'll have to face a very good hitter in Brandon Jones. Jones spending most of the last couple of seasons with the Kansas City T-Bones. He finished last year, though, as a teammate of his current teammate Chris Duffy with the New Jersey Jackals. 2 seasons ago, Brandon Jones put up outstanding numbers in the American Association, played in 97 games for the T-Bones at .326, hit 14 homers, and had 73 RBIs, which ranked 8th most in the league. Tying run 90 feet away. Hatt delivers. Changeup low and outside, and the count 1-0 strikes. Jones, like Ray Sadler, the 2 play together again over the last 2 years in Kansas City, a former major league outfielder. Big left-hand batter, Allen setting up inside. Fastball taken low, and it's now 2 strikes. Jones spending parts of the 2007, 2008, and 2009 seasons with the Atlanta Braves, the team that originally drafted him out of Tallahassee Community College in 2003. A 24th round draft pick, and he worked his way to the majors. Right-hand pitcher, left-hand batter, the 2-0. Swinging a high chopper right side. That's foul outside the bag, and it's now 2 strike. And a good pitch there by David Hatt, not giving in. He was behind 2-0 and a dangerous hitter in Brandon Jones. He threw him a changeup, and Jones yanked it foul outside of first. So good job there both by Luis Allen to make that call, and David Hatt to execute the pitch. Gets him back into this at-bat against the Canaries left fielder. Here's the 2-1. Check swing, another changeup. This time he lays off, and it's low and outside. 3 strike. Shelby for the switch-hitting shortstop is on deck. 1-0 Goldeyes in the top of the 4th. 2 teams back at it tomorrow evening at 7:05. June Murren, the tying run, he's on third base. Outfield at medium depth and straightaway. Infield is back and spread out. The 3-1 pitch, fastball inside, ball 4. So that is the first walk issued by the Goldeyes here this evening. That'll put a runner down at first base, and Jones, like Ray Sadler, still some speed despite being over the age of 30. So he's a possible threat to take off here. Maybe try and steal a run. Shelby Ford now stepping to the plate. Has retired on a ground ball to short. Switch hitter from the left side against the right-hander David Hatt. Goldeyes already have a right-hander warming in their bullpen. Believe that's Christian Garcia. First and third and 2 away. We're in the top half of the 4th inning. Hatt leans in to get the sign from Luis Allen. Jones not getting a very big lead at first. The pitch, high pop-up left side, might be playable. Amos Ramon in foul ground, drifting towards the Goldeyes dugout. He's under it, makes the catch, and the side is retired. Nice job by David Hatt to get out of 2-out trouble. No runs, 1 hit, and 2 runners left on base. We played 3.5 here at Shaw Park, and the Goldeyes lead 1-0 here on Jewel 101.
We all know that money doesn't grow on trees, but it sure grows in our branches. At Steinbach Credit Union, you get a great interest rate on any of our savings accounts, right from $1. That's right, no minimum balance here. Add to that a complete range of financial products in our unparalleled service, and that could put a smile on anyone's face. So switch to SCU today and laugh all the way from the bank. Steinbach Credit Union, taking care of the world's most important money, yours.
The Stars are coming to Shaw Park this summer as the Winnipeg Goldeyes host the first ever 2-day American Association All-Stars celebrations. July 28th and 29th, catch all the action. skills competition, home run derby, parties and autograph sessions, all-star luncheon featuring Fergie Jenkins, and of course, the All-Star Game. Play ball! Tickets are on sale now. Get yours before they're gone. Visit goldeyes.com.
This is Goldeyes Baseball on 100.7 CFJL, Jewel 101, Winnipeg.
Save on your next energy bill with helpful tips from Manitoba Hydro. Even small changes can make a big impact on the environment. Install dimmer switches on the lights you use most often to control exactly how much light and electricity you use. Unplug your cell phone chargers once they finish charging. Chargers continue to draw energy even after your device is fully charged. And whenever possible, use cold water for laundry. For more ways to conserve energy, visit hydro.mb.ca.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes Baseball on Jewel 101.
Bottom half of the fourth inning at Shaw Park. David Hatt working out of what at one point was a runner in second and goal, but he had eventually stranding the tying run on third and go-ahead run on first. So David Hatt in his spring debut, 2 scoreless. He will give way to Christian Garcia in the top of the fifth. Meanwhile, the Goldeyes back at the plate, leading by a score of 1-0. They'll set up the heart of the lineup. Abercrombie, Sadler, and Mazzola, 3, 4, and 5 against the guy who was listed as the original starting pitcher, and that's left-hander Matt Wixwad. Wixwad last year pitching for the Windy City Thunderbolts, a former team that Amos Ramon played for earlier in his career. Wixwad was a workhorse, made 20 starts last year. He mentioned during the pregame show that he led the Frontier League with 11 losses, but really had a great finish to 2013. Left-hander delivers, fastball high and outside, 1 ball and 0 strikes. Reggie Abercrombie 0 for 1 tonight. He was struck out swinging by John Brebbie on a high fastball in the bottom half of the first. The lefty winds on the 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss at a fastball low and in, 1 ball and 1 strike. Wixwat 7 and 11 last year, a 4.82 earned run average, 115 and 2/3 innings, 113 hits, 54 walks, 99 strikeouts, opponents at 255. Abercrombie couldn't hold up his swing at a changeup away, and the count goes to 1-2. Wixwat, who got off to a very difficult start last year for Windy City, really a very difficult first half, turned his season around. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, he got him, good fastball low. So Matt Wixwat strikes out Reggie Abercrombie. And there's 1 away here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. In his first 11 starts last year, Wixwat 2 and 8 with an ERA of 5.90. He stuck with it. Over his final 9 starts, he went 5 and 3, an ERA of just 3.62. Worked 6 innings or more in 11 of his 19 starts, so more than half. Here's the first pitch on the way to Ray Sadler. Fastball over the outside corner, and it's 0-1. 11-20, pardon me. Ray Sadler at the plate, drove in the lone run tonight. A 2-out infield single off the bag. He swings and grounds 1 foul outside of third. And the count is no balls and 2 strikes. Sadler ripped the ground ball. He mentioned at the time that even had it avoided third base, it was probably going to sneak down the lineup, give the Goldeyes the lead anyway. It was headed beyond the reach of Carlos Mendez. But it hit the bag and went in the complete opposite direction. 0-2 pitch, fastball high and inside. Sadler to lean back, and the count goes to 1-2. And Tyler Kuhn was able to score from second. And that's where we stand right now. 1-0 Winnipeg in the bottom half of the fourth. Lefty to righty. Wixwat winds, and the 1-2 pitch. Inside, did it hit him? And it looks like it did, and hope that Sadler's all right. That was around the hand region. Not sure if that's where it actually caught him, but Sadler does seem to be okay. Always wary of balls coming up near the hands any time of the year, but certainly in the cold weather and certainly in spring training. Sadler, talking with Tom Veit down at first, seems to be all right, and the Goldeyes have a runner on first with 1 man down for Josh Mazzola. After Sadler gave the Goldeyes the lead, Mazzola smoked one on a line drive to center against John Brebbia. 1-0 Winnipeg, bottom half of the fourth inning. Brebbia, the final line, he is on the hook here. He goes 3 innings, allows 1 earned run, 3 hits, no walks, and 1 strikeout. Finished with 46 total pitches, and overall looked good. And what is his first professional start? Mazzola takes a fastball down low, and the count 1 ball and 0 strikes. And again, with 14 different pitchers for Steve Shirley to try and get a look at. Certainly more pitchers than position players early on for the Canaries, with Brebbia going 3 innings, having never started before tonight. Fastball in the inside corner, 1-1. If Brebbia was auditioning for a role in Steve Shirley's starting rotation, then certainly did a good job here in his first outing of the spring. And you've seen that a lot over the last few seasons in the American Association. Guys who are exclusively relievers turned into starters. Change up on the inside out. That's a good pitch by Matt Wixwat, and he gets in front of Josh Mazzola. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ray Sadler is on 1st and 1 down. Mazzola, right-handed slugger, good power to all fields. Now the left-hander comes set. And Sadler takes off. They've got him picked off. Wixwat will throw to the second baseman. Breaker throw back to first is just in time to get Ray Sadler. So Sadler, much like Drew Murrin in the top of the first inning tonight, took off on first movement against the left-hander. Wixwat, though, instead of throwing directly to first, he actually stepped off and threw to second. That gave Ray the opportunity to stop in his tracks and try and get back to first base. But Steven Branca's return throw, according to first base umpire Hank Lemoyne, was just in time. So anyway, the very unconventional 1-4-3 caught stealing. Now 2 away, and Mazzola checks a swing and a breaking ball down low, 76 miles an hour. And the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 3 times tonight, and we're not quite through 4 innings. We've had 2 caught stealings and a stolen base. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It fouled to the right side, and it's still 2-2. 2 caught stealings and a stolen base, and in all 3 cases, there was never a pitch actually thrown to home plate. Goldeyes lead 1-0. Wixwat is back in the windup now. We had 2 outs and no one on. Donnie Webb is on deck for Winnipeg. Josh Mazzola in open stance from the right side. Another 2-2 pitch, change up, line drive the other way, and that's going to be a base hit going down the right field line. Mazzola makes the turn at first. He's going to try for 2 as Taroko is slow getting the ball. The throw will be cut off by the second baseman, Branca, and Josh Mazzola stands on second with a 2-out double. So Mazzola's had 2 great approaches tonight. The hard single up the middle, and here in a 2-strike count, able to wait back on that pitch from Matt Wixwat, and he lines a double just fair inside the right field line, and the Goldeyes have a 2-out scoring chance. Donnie Webb now stepping to the plate. Just to finish that thought about relievers becoming starters, there have been a number of relief pitchers or guys who had only been relief pitchers early in their professional careers that have blossomed into very good starting pitchers, and in fact have even been picked up by affiliated organizations after making that change in the American Association. Donnie Webb hitting from the right side, grounds one toward short, tough play as Mazzola screened for it. It's got to throw to first in time to get Donnie Webb, and the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, and a runner left on base. Into 4 at Shaw Park. It's 1-0 Goldeyes on Jewel 101.
Step into Cub Bakery and you'll feel like you've come home. Cub Bakery, the oldest rye bread bakery in the city, has been making Winnipeg-style rye bread using virtually the same recipe since 1923. But they make so much more than their signature rye. Pick up fresh hearth and pan breads, pastries, and buns, all baked with care to ensure you and your family enjoy only the highest of quality. One taste and you'll understand why they're a Winnipeg tradition. Cub Bakery, always fresh.
I'm off to the UPS store.
We don't need anything shipped.
Well, I'm getting our office printing and brochures made up, and I need some name badges and these pages laminated for our training class tomorrow.
At the UPS store?
Yeah, they do everything.
No, really, what are you shipping?
Copy, print, ship, and more at the UPS store. With their digital and wide format printing services, as well as in-house graphic design services, they've got all your business needs covered. Big or small, they do it all at the UPS store.
The Stars are coming to Shaw Park this summer as the Winnipeg Goldeyes host the first ever 2-day American Association All-Star celebrations. July 28th and 29th, catch all the action. Skills competition, home run derby, parties and autograph sessions, all-star luncheon featuring Fergie Jenkins, and of course, the All-Star Game. Play ball! Tickets are on sale now. Get yours before they're gone. Visit Goldeyes.com.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Top of the 5th at Shaw Park. Goldeyes leading by a score of 1-0. Kristen Garcia, one of the newcomers to the Goldeyes family, is on the mound following 2 strong innings from the rookie David Hatt. Hatt 2 scoreless, 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. He threw 34 pitches in relief of Kyle Anderson. And now we'll get our first look at hard-throwing right-hander Kristen Garcia. Garcia 6'2", 175 pounds. a 22-year-old right-hander from the Saratoga Springs area in upstate New York. Last year, he split time in the Houston Astros organization with Greenville in the Appalachian League and Tri-City in the short season A New York Penn League. Combined to go 2-1 in 18 games, all out of the bullpen, an ERA of 5.50. Garcia worked 34 in the third innings, 34 hits allowed, 18 walks, 33 strikeouts, and opponents hit just 254 overall against Garcia last year. A 29th round draft pick by the Astros in 2002 out of Florence Darlington Technical College in Florence, South Carolina. Jamie Vermillion, Rick Forney excited about Garcia's live arm. He can run it up to 93, 94 miles an hour. A guy who can give you multiple innings out of the bullpen. And he'll have his first spring audition here in 2014, facing 6, 7, and 8. Chris Duffy, Stephen Branca, and Dallas Tarleton. 1-0 Goldeyes. We're in the top half of the fifth inning. Garcia will work from the windup. And the first pitch in the way. Fastball on the outside corner at the knees. And the count is no balls and 1 strike. Chris Duffy is 0 for 1. He flied out to right field his first time up. Big left-handed slugger, likes to stand off the plate. Right-hand pitcher, left-hand batter. And the 0-1. Swinging a line drive foul the other way, and it's 0-2. He talked about Steve Shirley loading up on left-handed bats, and no surprise at the very short porch, a little over 310 feet to right field. And it's not much deeper to left at Sioux Falls Stadium in South Dakota, but the extreme short porch in right. And when the Canaries have had successful seasons, they have generally done it with a lot of left-handed bats in their starting lineup. 0-2 the count on Duffy, holds the bat high up. And the pitch, line drive towards right center field. That'll drop in for a base hit. Mazzola and Webb sprinting to cut it off. Duffy makes the turn. He's going to try for 2. Mazzola comes up throwing. It won't be in time. And Duffy stands on second with a double. The Goldeyes did a good job to stop that from getting to the track. And Duffy, a big guy, not the most mobile player on the Canaries roster, able to leg out the 2-base hit. So one of the harder hit balls by Sioux Falls tonight. And they'll try and manufacture their first run of spring training. Stephen Branca now stepping up, a right-hand batter. He was struck out swinging. The first batter that David had faced in the top half of the third. Chased a breaking ball way off the plate. So the tying run is on second and nobody out. Christian Garcia now out of the stretch. He's working off the first base side of the rubber. Down to the belt, looks at second base. And the first pitch shows bunt, pulls back, and it's a fastball taken at the knees for a strike. And the count is 0-1. Stephen Branca, at least on that first pitch, bluffing a bunt. And for any reason, perhaps to try and draw on the corner infielders, Emus Ramon at third and Casey Harther over at first. Don't see a ton of bunting during spring training, at least on the live action. The hitters want to get as many live swings as possible. Fouled straight back to the right. And the count is no balls and 2 strikes. Now, certainly every team will work on bunt defenses, usually before the BP portion of workouts during spring training, in which there is not an actual game to be played. The Goldeyes did that both on Saturday during the open house and again yesterday. The off day between the game tonight and the Sunday afternoon contest against the University of Winnipeg, in which the Goldeyes won 20-0. Garcia quickly ahead of Branca, 0-2. Now the pitch, fastball line down the right field line, moving over Mazzola, reaches down, makes the catch, Duffy tags, he's going to try for 3. Here's a throw by Mazzola, Ramon's got it, and it won't be in time. Good throw by Josh Mazzola from a tough angle. Duffy taking a chance, and he avoids making an out over at third base, so it does turn into a productive at-bat by Stephen Branca. And now the Canaries have an opportunity to tie the game in a sacrifice fly. And credit Duffy, legged out the double, and here goes second and third on a close play. Mazzola showing off his strong arm, and now Dallas Tarleton steps up, a left-handed batter, 0 for 1. He was frozen on a called third strike by David Hatt in the top half of the third. Goldeyes looks like they'll play the infield back all the way around. And it's about a step to the right side against the left-handed batter. Outfield is straight away. And Garcia off the stretch. Fastball high off the glove of Allen. Here comes Duffy to the plate. The flip, Garcia's tag, and it's in time to cut down the tying run. Great job by Luis Allen and Christian Garcia to save that wild pitch. Allen reached high, tipped off his glove, but he got a good bounce off the backstop here at Shaw Park. And you credit Garcia for hustling to the plate. Allen made the underhand flip, and Duffy hustled a second, he hustled a third, and couldn't quite get to home plate. He was tagged out by Christian Garcia. And that will go down as a caught stealing 2-1 at home plate. The count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. And now Garcia will go back into the windup. 2 outs and no one on. Dallas Tarleton, ahead in the count 1-0. And Garcia delivers. Swing and a bouncer foul. One might have nicked up the foot of Dallas Tarleton, the opposing backstop. At the count now 1 ball and 1 strike. On deck is Kevin Dolce. If Tarleton can find a way to reach base. Mentioned Tarleton, a former Colorado Rockies farmman who twice has gotten to AAA Colorado Springs in the Pacific Coast League. Tarleton drafted by the Rockies in the 20th round, a 2009 draft pick out of Elon University in South Carolina, the second Elon alumnus that we have seen in tonight's game for Sioux Falls. A lifetime .251 hitter in 5 professional seasons. Right-hand pitcher, left-hand batter. And the 1-1. Swinging a high chopper out towards second. Fielded by Blackwood. Has time, throws to first in time to get Tarleton. And the inning is over. Great job by Christian Garcia. He prevents a leadoff double from coming around to score. No runs, a hit, and nobody left on. We've come halfway at Shaw Park. It's 1-0 Goldeyes on Jewel 101.
The Stars are coming to Shaw Park this summer as the Winnipeg Goldeyes host the first ever 2-day American Association All-Star celebrations. July 28th and 29th, catch all the action. Skills competition, home run derby, parties and autograph sessions, all-star luncheon featuring Fergie Jenkins, and of course, the All-Star Game. Play ball! Tickets are on sale now. Get yours before they're gone. Visit Goldeyes.com.
Support your own, the Goldeyes. And Fort Garry Brewing. Located right here in Winnipeg, Fort Garry Brewing is Manitoba's #1 brewery, crafting a full spectrum of delicious beers and ales, including the award-winning Fort Garry Dark and the fan-favorite Fort Garry Pale, both of which are available at Shaw Park, so cheer on the home team. Fort Garry Brewing, Manitoba made, Manitoba's own.
Here's the pitch, and it's a grand slam! Here they come. Cans, juice boxes, glass and plastic bottles, into the bin!
The Winnipeg Goldeyes and Recycle Everywhere want you to swing for the fences and recycle all your empty beverage containers. They're full of potential and have thousands of uses beyond the landfill. Step up to the plate and pitch your drink containers into a recycling bin. Whether you're at home, work, school, or the ballpark, remember to recycle everywhere.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Bottom of the 5th inning here at Shaw Park. The Goldeyes lead by a score of 1-0. The Canaries had a great chance to get on the board, not only for the first time tonight, but for the first time in 14 spring training innings. Chris Duffy led off with a double, eventually got to third with 1 down, but he was called out of the plate. And Luis Allen and Christian Garcia turned a potential wild pitch into a caught stealing. Casey Harther leads off against Mac Witswat, out for a second inning of work in relief of John Brebbia. And Harther takes a fastball inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Casey Harther with at least an indirect connection of the Sioux Falls franchise. His older brother Cody Harther played for Sioux Falls in the latter stages of 2009. On the inside corner with a fastball, 1-1. Cody Harther, a great professional career, mostly with the St. Louis Cardinals organization, and hit .293 for the Canaries in 2009. High fly ball in the air to right field. Deep but playable for Steve Tarocco, drifting to his left. Makes the catch a few steps in front of the track. 1 away here in the bottom half of the 5th. Goldeyes leading 1-0. 2 teams back at it tomorrow evening at 7:05. Nick Hernandez expected to get the start for Winnipeg. Tonight's trivia contest is brought to you by the Place Louis Riel Suite Hotel in downtown Winnipeg. Place Louis Riel, specializing in spacious executive suites. Luis Allen lined out to center field his first time up, a right-handed batter. Witswat delivers, fastball, taken just low and inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Tonight's question: last season, 2 players passed what was the American Association record for single season home runs. Allen swings, fouls it off his back foot, and he'll hobble around for a few minutes in pain. Hope everything's okay with Luis Allen. And home plate umpire Bob Ladd will walk the next ball out to Matt Witswat and give Allen a chance to try and get the feeling back in his foot. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Wichita's C.J. Ziegler set a new league record with 30 home runs. Sioux Falls' Tim Pahuta finished second with 29, both passing what was the previous single-season record, which was held by who? Who prior to 2013? Now the American Association single-season record for home runs. Call the Jewel 101 studio at 204-943-5250 with their answer for a chance to win a pair of tickets to an upcoming Goldeyes game. First-year Goldeyes trainer Stephen Wadey comes out to take a look at Luis Allen. Allen's got a smile on his face now, but was at least some cause for concern after fouling that last pitch off his back foot. But he'll step in here against the left-hander Matt Wickswan. The count 1 ball and 1 strike. Goldeyes leading the Canaries 1-0 in the home fifth. The left-hander deals, and the 1-1 pitch. Changeup taken high and outside, 2-1. Wickswan went undrafted out of Santa Clara University in California. He signed with the Chicago White Sox as an undrafted free agent in 2008. Swinging a high pop-up foul the other way. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ryan Pineda waits on deck for the Goldeyes. And he ascended his way up to Double-A. In fact, twice he got to Double-A Birmingham. At 4 consecutive solid to very good seasons in the White Sox organization, at a tough time in 2012, combined for a 9.32 ERA and 28 appearances. 2-2 pitch, and a fastball misses just inside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Latched on with Windy City. You mentioned he got off to a rough start, but had that great second half. And Steve Shirley hoping that Wickswan will be a prominent member of his rotation. And the 3-2 to Luis Allen, inside ball 4. So Luis Allen able to work out the walk. It's the first walk issued by the Canary staff. Wickswan did hit a batter. That was Ray Sadler in the bottom half of the 4th. So Allen is down at first, and 1 man down. Ryan Pineda stepping to the plate. Pineda is 0 for 1. He flied out to center field in the bottom half of the 2nd. Talked about the 2 veteran starters, Kyle Rui and Ben Moore. 2 guys who might have some of the slower fastballs in the American Association, but they are no doubt 2 of the best pitchers in this league. First pitch to Ryan Pineda, fastball knee-high for a strike, and it's 0-1. They're really the types of pitchers that Rick Forney loves. They are durable, they don't miss starts, they go deep into ball games, and they throw strikes. Ben Moore, a couple times in his career, has set and then reset the league record for strikeouts in 1 season. Fastball taken low, and it's 1-1 now to Ryan Pineda. Goldeyes 1. Canaries nothing. We're in the home 5th in the first of 2 exhibition games between the Goldeyes and Sioux Falls Canaries. Ryan Pineda, a right-hand batter with good power. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swinging a looper the other way, and this one's going to bleed through into right field for a base hit. Allen will stop at second as the right fielder Steve Tarocco fires in. A number off the end of the bat from Ryan Pineda, but it squeaked through first and second with Duffy holding on Luis Allen, and Branca, the second baseman, unable to track it down. So a walk and a soft single will put runners on first and second base. And Amos Ramon will step up. Ramon, a right-handed batter. The in-game line score is brought to you by Culligan Water. Better water, pure and simple. Culligan Water has been locally owned and operated since 1956, serving Winnipeg and the surrounding areas. Contact them at drinkculligan.com. Canaries hoping for something on the ground for a chance to turn a double play. The first pitch to Amos Ramon, swinging a line drive to third, and it's caught in 1 hop by the third baseman Mendez. He throws back to second, or do they say he caught it on a fly? And it looks like they say he caught it on a fly, so that'll double off Luis Allen at second base. Real tough play there for Luis Allen, not his fault, and a line drive double play, 5-4 will end the inning. No runs, 1 hit and 1 left on base. 5 completed. Shaw Park, it's 1-0 Goldeyes here on Jewel 101.
At Cal Tire, they are the tire and wheel experts. They have the best selection of tires and wheels in the city, all at prices that can't be beat. If you find a lower advertised price, bring it in and they'll match it or even beat it. This spring, pay attention to your vehicle by taking it to the experts at Cal Tire. It's time to talk to Cal at any one of their 5 convenient Winnipeg locations.
What should we bring to the lake for dinner tonight?
Something easy that we can throw in the cooler.
Turkey.
Granny's Poultry introduces their seasoned boneless turkey breast.
Sounds good.
Really good.
Pick up a Granny's frozen seasoned boneless turkey breast from your neighborhood grocery store. Throw it in the cooler, and by the time you get to the lake, it's barbecue ready. Granny's Poultry, your local poultry farmer's own cooperative. To find a retailer or for simply delicious recipes, visit grannys.ca. Granny's, good-natured.
While there is no known cure for ALS, there is hope. The ALS Society of Manitoba supports families affected by ALS. Their client services coordinator works with your family to determine your needs, and the Brummett-Feasby ALS House provides 24-hour care designed to specifically meet the needs of people living with ALS, because hope is important in the lives of those affected by ALS. The ALS Society of Manitoba, they help their people every way they can. Visit alsmb.ca.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Top of the sixth at Shaw Park, 1-0 in favor of the Winnipeg Goldeyes. Christian Garcia goes out for a second inning of work. The Goldeyes threaten at first and second and one down. Amos Ramon line one hard. Carlos Mendez, it looked like he picked the ball on a very short hop. Third base umpire Scott Lengel ruled that he caught it before it actually hit the dirt, so really no fault of Luis Allen at that point. You're kind of caught in between right there. Not sure if that ball was caught on a fly or if it hit the dirt. And Carlos Mendez was able to turn the line drive double play 5-4. Third base to second base. So the Canaries back on offense now. 9-1-2. Kevin Dultz, Drew Murrin, and Steve Tarocco. Garcia worked around a leadoff double and kept the Canaries off the board in the top of the fifth inning. Kevin Dultz 0 for 1. He fly to center his first time up. We do have a winner for tonight's trivia contest, which is brought to you by the Place Louis Riel Suite. And congratulations to Jason Sheps. Jason Sheps of River Heights, who knew that Brandon Singh, prior to last year, held the American Association single season record for home runs, swatting 27 of them for the Sioux Falls Pheasants in 2010, playing under Steve Shirley and a teammate that season of Reggie Abercrombie. That's the same year that Abercrombie had 20-plus homers and 30-plus stolen bases. So again, congratulations to Jason Sheps. The Goldeyes box office will be in touch over the next couple of days. You have just won 2 free tickets to a Goldeyes game later on this season. Kevin Dultz, a right-handed batter. And the first pitch on the way. Check swing tapper past the mound. Blackwood moving in front. He's got it. Steps and tosses to first in time to get Dultz. 1 pitch and 1 out here in the top half of the 6th inning. Back to the top of the lineup. Third time through now for the Canaries. Drew Murrin is 2 for 2. An infield single leading off. He was eventually picked off by Kyle Anderson, tonight's Goldeyes starter. And Murrin singled to center field, stole second, and was stranded on third as the tying run in the top half of the 4th inning. 1 run, 5 hits, and no errors for the Goldeyes. No runs, 3 hits, and no errors for the Sioux Falls Canaries. Corners pitching in Amos Ramon over at third base, and Casey Harther at first. And the first pitch, it's a fastball taken for a strike on the outside half. And the count is 0-1. And trivia contest again brought to you by the Place Louis Riel Suite Hotel in downtown Winnipeg, specializing in spacious executive suites. The 0-1 pitch, fastball outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Listen, all season long, you'll have the chance to win a pair of tickets to an upcoming Goldeyes game. We'll have that contest once again every night here throughout spring training and the regular season here on Jewel 101. Base is empty and 1 out. The 1-1 pitch. And that fastball is taken just off the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike. Christian Garcia, the third pitcher of the evening for the Winnipeg Goldeyes. Kyle Anderson and David Hatt each throwing a pair of scoreless frames, and Garcia trying to follow suit. Murrin crowds the plate. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swinging a bouncer foul, and that one coming off his front foot. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jordan Guida now in the ball game beyond the plate for the Winnipeg Goldeyes. Luis Allen getting his second trip to the plate in the bottom half of the 5th. Looks like his night will be finished, so at least for the moment we'll assume that it's a straight switch with Guida now in the number 8 spot in the lineup for Rick Forney. Jordan Guida, player the Goldeyes very excited about. Rick Forney would like to find him some more at-bats, whether it be behind the plate or in the outfield this season. The 2-2 to Murrin, breaking ball low and outside, 73 miles an hour. And it's now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Murrin, a tall guy for a center fielder. He's had a solid night of the plate, going 2 for 2. Murrin listed at 6'6", 195 pounds. Don't see too many leadoff hitters checking in with that type of height. Here's the windup for the righty, and the payoff pitch. It fouled the other way. He hangs in there at 3 balls and 2 strikes against the hard-throwing right-hander Christian Garcia in his 3rd season of professional baseball. I mentioned he split time with Greenville and Tri-City last year. Got his feet wet professionally in 2012 with Greenville in the Appalachian League. The Greenville Astros. Guy is setting up outside. 3-2 pitch. Swinging a bouncer foul behind the plate. And it's 3-2. So again, we hope that Luis Allen has come out as a planned move by Rick Forney to try and get Jordan Guida some innings beyond the plate. And hopefully it is not related in any way to the ball that Allen had fouled off his foot. And unlikely that it is related to that, given that Allen stayed in the ball game on the bases in the bottom half of the fifth. Another 3-2, high and outside for ball four. Looked like he threw an off-speed pitch there, clocked at 76 miles an hour. So Drew Murren draws the walk, and Murren doing a good job out of the leadoff spot. That's the third time that he has reached base in this evening's game. So Murren, who's run each of the first 2 times that he's been on, picked off by Kyle Anderson in the first, stole a base without the pitch actually being thrown to the plate by David Hadd in the fourth. See if he's put in motion. Again, it's 1-0 Goldeyes in the top half of the sixth. And Murren stretching a big lead for a third time tonight. Here's Steve Tarocco 0 for 2. The pitch, line drive towards second, caught by Blackwood, throw to first, and it's not in time. Murren just dives back safe. Goldeyes almost returned the favor with a line drive double play. Tarocco trying to force that ball to the right side, line it into the glove of Jake Blackwood, and Murren, who had that big lead, had to scamper back, and he just got there in time. So now there is 2 outs. And Steve Tarocco is now 0 for 3. Carlos Mendez, another good hitter, stepping to the plate. Mendez 0 for 2 tonight. He's popped out to second and grounds it out to second base. Murren still the tying run in first, and he maintains the very big lead. Casey Arthur doing his best to keep him close. The first pitch, breaking ball taken low and inside, and the count is 1 ball and no strikes. Goldeyes play the Canaries again tomorrow, 7:05 here at Shaw Park, and then the Goldeyes will not play here in Winnipeg until the 26th of May. 14 games on the road, 4 spring training, 10 regular season. Fastball fouled straight back, reached up high to try and hit that pitch out of the park, and it's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Winnipeg 1, Sioux Falls nothing. We're in the top half of the sixth. Drew Murren is the tying run at first, and 2 men down. Christian Garcia, still with rookie status here in the American Association on the mound. Ellis 1 status for Christian Garcia. Now the right-hander down in the belt. Now toss over, and Murren dives back with that attack from Casey Arthur. In total, it'll be 17 days on the road. Goldeyes are set to leave late Thursday evening. They'll play in Lincoln Friday and Saturday, travel Sunday, and then play 2 in Kansas City next Monday and Tuesday. Right-hand pitcher, right-hand batter. 1 on and 2 out. And the pitch, fastball, a little bit high and inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. The left-handed slugger Brandon Jones is waiting on deck for Steve Shirley and the Sioux Falls Canaries. Last season, the Goldeyes went 9-4 in 13 regular season contests against the division rival Sioux Falls Canaries. They will have 14 games this season. Runner got a late start, got it, throws to second base. Blackwood's tag is in time to get Murren, and the inning is over. A delayed steal attempt by Drew Murren, and a great throw by Jordan Guida that sailed to the right side of second base, and Blackwood applied the tag as Murren tried to slide in. 2-4 the caught stealing. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on base. Middle of the sixth here at Shaw Park. It's 1-0 Goldeyes here on Jewel 101.
Most days, you can predict what life's going to throw at you.
He's 2 for 2 at bat so far today.
But every once in a while...
Strike! Oh, he did not see that coming.
When life throws you a curveball, Ranger Insurance will protect what's important to you. Whether it's home, life, auto, or commercial, they have a plan that fits your needs. Ranger Insurance, putting relationships first. For the protection you deserve, visit rangerinsurance.ca.
Save on your next energy bill with helpful tips from Manitoba Hydro. Even small changes can make a big impact on the environment. Install dimmer switches on the lights you use most often to control exactly how much light and electricity you use. Unplug your cell phone chargers once they finish charging. Chargers continue to draw energy even after your device is fully charged. And whenever possible, use cold water for laundry. For more ways to conserve energy, visit hydro.mb.ca.
Mom. She looked after you and kept your room clean all those years. Well, now is your chance to pay her back. Don't settle for the same old gift this Mother's Day. Get her something that will keep her looking good all summer long. Full-service car wash certificates from the Chamois. They're on sale now with 3-packs starting as low as $44.95. After all, who loves a clean car more than Mom does? Get yours on sale now at all 3 Chamois locations: Waverly, Reinders, or St. James.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Bottom of the 6th inning at Shaw Park. You're listening to Goldeyes baseball for the first time in team history on FM. Jewel 101 proud to bring you Goldeyes baseball all season long. It's 1-0 Winnipeg. And the Goldeyes setting up the top of the order: Tyler Kuhn, Jake Blackwood, and Reggie Abercrombie against lefty Matt Wixwat out for a 3rd inning. And Wixwat throws a fastball over the outside half for a strike. The count is 0-1. Kuhn scored the only run tonight, an infield single, stolen base, and came home on an RBI hit from Ray Sadler in the bottom of the 1st. Retired on a ground ball to first base in the bottom half of the 3rd. Changeup stays high, and the count 1-1 strike. Tyler Kuhn's going to be a very exciting player to watch in both sides of the baseball. The grinder type that the managers just love to have on both sides. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Slider taken low and outside. 2-1 strike. He's a career .295 hitter. And not only is he a career .295 hitter, but he's done well against left-handed pitching, and he's facing a lefty here in Matt Wixwat. Doesn't try and do too much to the plate. He'll use the entire field. Here's the 2-1 to Tyler Kuhn. Fastball taken high. 3-1 strike. He's not afraid to take a walk. Very athletic player, can steal a base. Got a little bit of pop in his bat. Rick Forney said that he could envision Tyler Kuhn hitting maybe 10 home runs or so when all is said and done. The 3-1 pitch, and that's high and outside, ball 4. Threw a looked like a cutter or slider hybrid, and Tyler Kuhn draws the leadoff walk. He'll be a threat to run. And that'll bring up Jake Blackwood. 0 for 2. He's popped to short and lined out to second base on a good swing. That was in the bottom half of the 3rd. We'll see if Rick Forney puts something on. Forney likes to employ the hit and run play in close contests. And certainly a couple of good candidates here. Blackwood usually makes contact. We mentioned the speed of Tyler Kuhn. Kuhn is held by Chris Duffy at first base, has a sizable lead. Wixwat off the stretch. Throws a fastball high and outside. 1-0 strikes. Canaries have a right-hander warming up inside of their pen. You figure this will be Wixwat's final inning of work. John Brebbia went 3 in the start. Wixwat, the originally scheduled starter, has found his way into the game, and he's done a good job here for Steve Shirley. 1 on and nobody out. 1-0 Goldeyes, bottom half of the 6th inning. A high extended set in the 1-0 pitch. Swinging a ground ball towards 3rd. Mendez fields. He drops the ball, goes to 2nd for the force, and it's just in time to get Tyler Kuhn. Perhaps a questionable call from 3rd base umpire Scott Lengel. That was a potential double play ball, but Mendez dropped it out of the webbing of his glove. Then he had to hurry to try and get at least 1 out at 2nd. He made a strong throw, but it was a bit high, and it looked like Steven Branca might have come off the bat just a bit with Tyler Kuhn coming in. He's ruled out. It'll be 5-4 in the force, and Jake Blackwood is now in first with 1 down, and Reggie Abercrombie stepping to the plate. Abercrombie 0 for 2, struck out in the 1st, struck out in the 4th, and he's facing Wixwat for a 2nd time tonight. The pitch, swinging a high pop-up right side. Moving over is Duffy in foul ground, and that will reach the seats. The count is 0-1. Goldeyes will play 10 games on the road to begin this season, starting May 15th against the Amarillo Sox. They have 4 games at Sox Stadium, 3 against the Laredo Lemurs at Unitrade Stadium. They'll have Thursday, May 22nd off, and then finish the trip with a 3-game series against the Lincoln Salt Dogs. Stepping a toss over. And getting back safe is Jake Blackwood. Reggie Abercrombie at the plate. What a treat it will be to watch Abercrombie this year. He's going to be a very popular player for the Goldeyes this season. A true 5-tool athlete. Lefty to righty. Tarleton setting up away. The pitch, breaking ball low. Throw behind the runner at first. And Blackwood able to get back standing up. Good block by Dallas Tarleton behind the plate. Or, excuse me, it looks like Kevin Dolta's now shifted behind the plate for Steve Shirley. Did a good job to block that breaking ball low and outside. Blackwood was a step away from first base. Tarleton, again, Doltz, fired behind him, but Blackwood was back safe. And the count of 1-1 strike. Abercrombie stands back in the box. Ray Sadler is waiting on deck. And Wixwat delivers. Swing and a miss, tied him up with a fastball in. And the count goes to 1-2. Blackwood still runs fairly well. Blackwood can beat you in a lot of ways, much like Reggie Abercrombie, a former Northern League MVP, and then had a couple of good years for the San Diego Padres organization in Double-A. Runner on first and 1 out. Goldeyes ahead by a run. The pitch, swing and a miss, got him on a breaking ball down low. So Wixwat picks up his second strikeout of the evening. And now there's 2 men down. Ray Sadler will step to the plate. Sadler has been on base twice, an RBI infield single that struck the top of the third base bag in the bottom of the first. To this point, still the only run. He was hit by a pitch and then picked off by Matt Wixwat. Officially scored a caught stealing. That was in the bottom half of the fourth. So again, Kevin Dultz now behind the plate after Dallas Tarleton did a good job over the first 5 innings. Goldeyes have already changed their catcher up. Jordan Guida now in for Luis Allen. Wixwat off the stretch, swinging a high pop-up middle of the diamond. The shortstop, Shelby Ford, is coming in between the mound and second base, makes the catch, and the side is retired. No runs, no hits, and 1 left on. 6 in the books here at Shaw Park. It's 1-0 Goldeyes on Jewel 101.
Watching the game is something to enjoy. But remember, drinking any alcohol and driving don't mix. Drinking and driving puts you and others in danger. Your best bet is a designated driver who has had no alcohol. Enjoy the game, but whatever you do, don't drink and drive. To keep Manitobans safe behind the wheel, police are increasing enforcement near you. Watch for them. A message from Manitoba Public Insurance.
You have a mission. Make summer yours. Master the lawn, own the barbecue, and make the yard into your own private kingdom. And you'll find everything you need to complete this mission at Rona, your destination for all home improvement and renovation needs. Building materials, barbecues, lawnmowers, patio furniture. The only thing you need is imagination and a little know-how. And if you need help in that department, the experts at Rona are available to give you the best tips on your home improvement projects. Rona Home and Garden. What's your next project? Visit Rona.ca.
To some, he is a hero. To others, merely heroic. But to us, he's a Pools Hall of Famer. Raised on highlights and minor league stats, he played his game cards like he played Division 12 slow pitch. To win. Home team? Check. Visiting team? Check. Champion? Check. Be a legend. With Sports Select, Pools players won over $7 million last year. Pick the winning teams today at your lottery retailer. Remember, keep it a game.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Top of the 7th inning at Shaw Park, the Goldeyes hanging on to a 1-0 lead over the Sioux Falls Canaries in the first of 2 exhibition games between the clubs. It'll be 3, 4, and 5 to up for the Canaries against left-hander Gabe Aguilar, who will make his spring debut. Carlos Mendez, Brandon Jones, and Shelby Ford. And a good mix here for Aguilar to face. A right-hand bat, a left-hand bat, and a switch hitter. Mendez 0 for 2. He's popped to second and grounded out to second base. And the first pitch, fastball on the inside half for a strike, 0-1. Mendez was at the plate when Drew Murrin was caught stealing on a delayed attempt for the final out of the top half of the 6th. Jordan Guida still behind the plate for Rick Forney and the Goldeyes. And the 0-1. Swinging a line drive, one-hopper beyond the reach of Emus Ramon, and that'll travel down the left field line. Sadler cuts it off, and Carlos Mendez is safe at first with a leadoff single. The tying run is on first with no one down. Gabe Aguilar did a really good job for the Goldeyes last season as a true rookie. A left-hander who has the ability to pitch multiple innings out of the pen. Last season, he got into 24 games all in relief. A 1-0 record, 5.05 ERA, 41 innings pitched, 59 hits allowed. He walked only 9, struck out 23. First pitch on the way, and it's a fastball on the outside corner to Brandon Jones. No balls and 1 strike. Opponents hit .335 against Gabe Aguilar in 2013. He works up a high set first base side. 1 on and no one down. And the pitch, slider, checked his swing. It's taken low and away. And the count goes to 1-1. Aguilar, 5'8", 175 pounds. 24 years old from El Paso, Texas. Last year he came to the Goldeyes after finishing his college career at the University of New Mexico. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And that's on the inside corner. And Aguilar gets ahead. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Aguilar trying to work around the leadoff single from Carlos Mendez. Facing a left-hand batter in Brandon Jones. Infield is set for 2. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Way in front of a breaking pitch at 71 miles an hour. So Gabe Aguilar, you figure, is going to face a lot of left-handed bats over the course of this season. Gets the former big leaguer Brandon Jones. Big first out here in the top of the 7th inning. Shelby Ford will now step to the plate. Ford a switch hitter, and he will bat right-handed for his second time. He hit righty against Kyle Anderson, tonight's Goldeyes starter, in the top half of the second. He's grounded as short and fouled out to Amos Ramon at third. First pitch on the way. Fastball missing just low. And the count 1 ball and no strikes. Rick Forney and Jamie Vermillion like the aggressiveness of Gabe Aguilar. He throws strikes, another guy not necessarily overpowering, but you're going to have to beat him with the bat. Will not give up many free passes. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss at a fastball. Tied him up, and it's 1-1. Mentioned last season, just 9 walks in 41 innings, and oftentimes you'll see some of the true rookies coming straight out of college. Well, their arm might be a little fatigued having pitched a full collegiate season, but they might be a little bit nervous and fazed by facing quality competition in the American Association. Many teams have AAA and former big league players. On the outside corner, backdoor slider, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes and Shelby Ford, but Aguilar came right after the opposition last season, getting in a 24 contest, and more often than not, he would pitch more than 1 inning at a time, which is another great asset for a manager to have down in the bullpen. 1-2 the count on Shelby Ford. Here's the pitch, slider grounded towards third. Ramon has a tough hop off his arm. Kuhn saves it from going into the outfield, but no chance at either second or first base. We'll await the officials scoring a tough in-between hop on Amos Ramon, and they will score that an error. So a runners on first and second now. The tying and go-ahead runs with Chris Duffy stepping to the plate. Duffy 1 for 2. He flied out to right field in the second. And he led off the 5th inning with a double. And again, Duffy, a very well put together slugger. Chris Duffy checking in at 6'2" and 200 pounds, was one of the best power hitters last season in the Can-Am League. But he hustled out the double. He went second to third on a fly ball down the right field line, in which Josh Mazzola almost threw him out. Duffy then tried to use his wheels one more time, and a ball that went to the backstop. He was eventually tossed out. Luis Allen flipping the ball to Christian Garcia, who tagged him to win the inning. First pitch from Gabe Aguilar is a fastball on the outside corner, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Aguilar last year as a senior for the University of New Mexico, 5-2 in 29 games, all in relief. He had 3 saves and an ERA of just 2.58. 2 on and 1 out. Breaking ball missing just outside, and the count goes to 1-1. Struck out 37, walked only 10 in 38 and a third innings. Jamie Vermillion, familiar with that portion of the United States, living in New Mexico during the offseason, was aware of Gabe Aguilar. Swinging a ground ball past the mound, might be 2. Blackwood's got it, goes to second for 1. Kuhn to first in time for the double play, and the inning is over. Well turned by Jake Blackwood and Tyler Kuhn, and Gabe Aguilar works around the single and the error in the top half of the 7th. No runs, 1 hit, an error, and 1 left on base. Time to stretch here at Shaw Park. Goldeyes lead 1-0 on Jewel 101.
Hi, this is Ivan Saper, owner of Saper Agencies. We offer personal, business, automobile, and travel health insurance. But it's how we sell that makes us different. We strive to remain on the cutting edge of technology and product innovations. We promise you quick, efficient, and effective solutions and 100% satisfaction. See us today, and we'll find you the right solution at the right price. Remember, your best insurance policy is our experience.
Saper Agencies, 2188 McPhillips. Call 694-6787.
Stay informed on all the latest news and entertainment with the Winnipeg Free Press. The Winnipeg Free Press gives you the most in-depth local, national, and international news coverage, unrivaled coverage of the arts, and the best in sports. And as the winner of the Canadian Journalism Foundation's 2013 Excellence in Journalism Award, when someone asks, "Where'd you hear that?" and you answer, "I read it in the Free Press," you can always count on having the full story. The Winnipeg Free Press, there for you.
You know, shopping for new clothes really shouldn't lead to an existential crisis.
Why? Just why?
Find your fit at Sargent Blue Jeans. Choose from your favorite brands like Silver, Levi's, Buffalo, and Dickies. Sargent Blue Jeans carries specialty and hard-to-find sizing with on-site alterations while you wait. You don't have to settle for good enough when you can get the perfect fit. For the best in casual and work clothes, hit a home run with Sargent Blue Jeans, located on the corner of Sargent and Valor.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Bottom of the 7th here at Shaw Park. Gabe Aguilar, helped out by his defense, works around a single and an error in the top of the inning. Well turned by Jake Blackwood and Tyler Kuhn, and hoping those two turn plenty of double plays around second base here in 2014. Steve Shirley will go to his bullpen. And Wixwat did a good job. 3 scoreless, 2 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts through 41 pitches in relief of John Brebbia. Josh Mazzola, Donnie Webb, and Casey Harther do up 5, 6, and 7. And the new right-hander in the ballgame for Sioux Falls is Eric Gonzalez. Gonzalez in his 3rd year professional baseball. Like Christian Garcia, spent the last couple of years in the Houston Astros organization. Last season he was in the Rookie Gulf Coast League. Went 3-5, 20 games, all in relief. ERA of 4.00 at 4 saves. 27 innings pitched, 29 hits allowed, walked 13, struck out 19. A career 2.83 earned run average over his first 2 professional seasons. A 15th round draft pick by the Astros in 2012 out of Gateway Community College in Phoenix, Arizona. So it's Eric Gonzalez on the mound, 6'1", 175 pounds. Just 22 years old from Phoenix, Arizona. Josh Mazzola has had a great approach twice tonight. A single that he went with a pitch up the middle in the first and had a good at bat, worked the count full before poking a double down the right field line in the bottom half of the 4th. Eric Gonzalez a full windup first base side. And the first pitch, fastball. Good tailing action at the end, 91 miles an hour. The count is 0-1. That's the hardest pitch thrown by anyone in the ball game for either side tonight. Taylor Suet, by the way, warming up, the 2nd-year sidearmer in the Goldeyes pen. Fastball high and inside, and the count goes to 1-1. Goldeyes ahead 1-0 in the home 7. The only run tonight, a 2-out RBI hit from Ray Sadler that, of all things, hit the third base bag, allowing Tyler Kuhn to score from second. Slider misses way outside of the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. Goldeyes have gotten scoreless ball from Kyle Anderson, David Hatt, Christian Garcia, and now Gabe Aguilar. Again, got the double play ball and then the top half of the 7th. Suet is scheduled to pitch the 8th, and we'll get our first look at Alex De La Cruz, a young but very hard-throwing right-hander in the top of the 9th inning. The 2-1 of Mazzola, swing and a miss. 88-mile-an-hour fastball snuck it by him. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Donnie Webb, the switch hitter, is on deck. It's been a good game tonight. Goldeyes have played excellent defense. In addition to the double play, they've been able to get 3 Canaries on the base paths. Fastball just off the plate outside, and it's 3-2. That is a great take by Josh Mazzola. 87-mile-an-hour fastball from a guy who was coming here throwing some heat late in the ball game. And it didn't miss by a whole lot off the plate. Here's a 3-2 pitch, and it's low and outside, ball 4. Good job by Josh Mazzola to work out that walk, and the Goldeyes had the leadoff hitter on base. The reason that's such a great take by Mazzola, it's so easy for a hitter to maybe jump at a pitch that close, but as a managers will often refer to as a quiet take, and a sign of a guy who knows what he wants to swing at and what he doesn't want to swing at. And Mazzola ends up working out the free pass, and Mazzola can run a bit. Here's Donnie Webb 0 for 2 of a couple of ground ball outs. Switch hitter from the left side. And the hard-throwing right-hander delivers. Fastball. And it's on the outside half of the letters. No balls and 1 strike. That one clocked at 87. A run, 5 hits, and 1 error for the Goldeyes. No runs, 4 hits, and no errors for the Sioux Falls Canaries. Stephen Branca, the second baseman, a step in the hole on the right side. Carlos Mendez plays even with a bag at third. Fastball high and outside. Snap though behind the runner. Mazzola gets back standing up. Kevin Dultz with the left-hand batter at the plate, trying to use that to his advantage to sneak a throw behind Josh Mazzola, but he ended up getting back to first without a tag from Chris Duffy. Runner on first and nobody out. Outfield plays Donnie Webb a few steps towards the left field line. Breaking ball low and outside. Good scoop by Kevin Dultz to his left, and it's 1-1. The in-game line score brought to you by Culligan Water. Better water, pure and simple. Culligan Water has been locally owned and operated since 1956, serving Winnipeg and the surrounding areas. Contact them at drinkculligan.com. Zola getting a healthy lead at first. And the 2-1 pitch on the outside corner. That was a good fastball at 89 miles an hour, right on the black. And that will run the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes on the Goldeyes center fielder, Donnie Webb. Casey Harther, another power hitter, is waiting on deck. And then Jordan Guida would follow for his first at-bat tonight. The set and the pitch, swing and a miss, he got him. Good hard fastball high, clocked at 88 miles an hour. So an intriguing right-hander on the mound here in Eric Gonzalez. Third-year professional baseball, 40 lifetime appearances, all in the bullpen. He mentioned he had 4 saves last year as a professional rookie in 2012. He had 10 saves for the Gulf Coast Astros. Josh Mazzola on first and 1 man down. Gonzalez set first base side of the rubber. And the pitch to Casey Harther, hit on the ground towards short. Fielded by Ford, he goes to second for 1. And the relay by Branca to first is in time for the 6-4-3 double play. No runs, no hits, and no one left on base. 7 in the books at Shaw Park. Goldeyes lead 1-0 on Jewel 101.
I've always been active, but when I started putting on weight and feeling tired and even avoiding family activities, no one could tell me what was wrong. I was concerned. A friend suggested I see his chiropractor. She developed a plan that involved changes in what I was eating, lifestyle, exercise, and spinal health. Seeing me more active, the rest of my family have started their own plan. Thanks to my chiropractor for making my life better.
Manitoba Chiropractors, making life better.
This is Goldeyes Baseball on 100.7 CFJL, Jewel 101, Winnipeg.
Hey, you're looking red and shiny today.
It's just the burger sweats, babe.
That's not normal.
Nah, it's cool. I read the nutrition fact things like you said. I've got enough sodium for like 3 days.
It's easy to make the healthy choice at Jugo Juice. Jugo Juice smoothies are made with real fruit and veggies, 100% fruit juice with no added sugar, and no sorbet fillers or purees. So whatever you order, it's loaded with the good stuff. Stop by Jugo Juice at Shaw Park or Polo Park.
Things you'll never hear a Cambrian Credit Union member say.
Oh, I just love paying service fees.
My high mortgage rate is amazing.
Yes, I'll pay $1.50 to use this ATM.
With Cambrian Credit Union's great rates and free banking through the UNFI, Cambrian members won't say these things. With a full range of hassle-free financial services, they're here for Manitobans. Cambrian Credit Union, building strong financial foundations for making dreams come true.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes Baseball on Jewel 101.
1-0 Goldeyes as we go to the top half of the 8th inning here at Shaw Park. Special thanks to Wes Keeley and Tyler Bagney, our board operators and producers for tonight's broadcast. Right-hander Eric Gonzalez issued a leadoff walk to Josh Mazzola, but he came back to strike out Donnie Webb and got Casey Harther to ground into a 6-4-3 double play to keep it a 1-run game. The Canaries still trying to get a run on the board here in spring training. They have now gone 16 straight innings without crossing the plate. They came inches close tonight, but Chris Duffy was tagged out short of scoring in a wild pitch in the top half of the 5th. And now the Canaries set up 7, 8, 9. Stephen Branca, Dallas Tarleton, and Kevin Dultz with Taylor Sioux, another guy in his second year of professional baseball, but still has rookie classification in the American Association. Had a great professional debut last year, spending most of the season with the Gary South Shore Railcats. First pitch and a high fly ball deep left field, moving over Sadler towards the corner, has room, foul ground, reaches, and he makes the catch, one away in the top of the 8th. Stephen Branca turning in a first pitch fastball from Taylor Sioux, made a bid for a home run. That was about 15 feet or so shy of the fence and a couple steps over the line. And Ray Sadler for a second time tonight, showing off good range to his right side. So 1 pitch and 1 out. Sioux is taking over for Gabe Aguilar, who threw a scoreless inning in the 7th. A hit, no walks, 1 strikeout, and only threw 13 pitches. Dallas Tarleton takes a fastball over the outside corner, and the count is 0-1. Tarleton started the game behind the plate. Kevin Dultz is on deck, started as the DH, and a couple of innings ago they switched positions. Sioux delivers, swinging a bouncer to the right side. Is it a foul ball? No, fair ball. Sewett's got to throw to first off the glove of Casey Arthur at first. So Tarleton is going to be safe at first base. We'll await the official scoring, likely an infield single. That was a tough play. Just thought that was a foul ball the way it came off the bat and kind of trickled along the first base line. And they will score that, an error on the pitcher Taylor Sioux. So an E1 puts the tying run on first. In a regular season game where the DH comes into play the field and the team would effectively lose their DH and the pitcher would have to bat. But of course, with this being spring training, some of the rules are interpreted a little more liberally. Here's the pitch. Slider taken outside by Kevin Dultz, and the count is 1 ball and no strikes. And certainly none more liberal than the Goldeyes, who have fit with 10 players in their lineup over the first 2 games of spring training. Tarleton not a fast runner, getting a decent lead though at first. Swing and a miss. Dultz tied up with that great slider from Taylor Sioux, and that evens the count at a 1 ball and 1 strike. Taylor Sioux last year combined 40 appearances between the Railcats and the Goldeyes. He went 4-1 with a save and a 4.71 ERA. Swinging a fly ball, shallow right center, charging in Donnie Webb, coming on Mazzola. Mazzola reaches over, and he makes the catch. Josh Mazzola flagging down the pop fly to right center, so Dultz is retired. Tarleton goes back to first. Now there's 2 outs, and it's back to the top of the order for Drew Murrin. Sioux worked 57 and a third innings, 73 hits, only 15 walks. He struck out 26. Opponents hit .323 against the righty. 6'2", 195 pounds. 24 years old, originally from Sydney, Australia, lives in Highland Mills, New York in the offseason. And played his college baseball at Manhattan College in New York. Alice Tarleton still the tying run on first. And the pitch, Murrin swings, grounds one towards the middle. It's a base hit through to center field. Tarleton will stop at second as Donnie Webb fires back in. So Drew Murrin, a fantastic night leading off. He's now 3 for 3 with a walk. Also has a stolen base mixed in. That came in the top half of the 4th. So that'll keep the inning alive. The tying run is on second in Dallas Tarleton. The go-ahead run is on first. Goldeyes clinging to a 1-0 lead in the top of the 8th, trying to improve to 2-0 to begin the spring. Steve Tarocco at the plate. Tarocco 0 for 3, a called third strike in the first, a fly out to right in the 4th, and he had a sharp line drive in the 6th inning, but it was in the general vicinity of Jake Blackwood who made the catch. First and second and 2 outs. Tarocco, a right-handed batter, and Sioux delivers. Sinker on the outside corner. The count is 0-1. Sioux, like Gabe Aguilar, who pitched for the Goldeyes in the top of the 7th, another guy who can give more than 1 inning at a time coming out of the pen, and because he has that sidearm angle, his arm bounces back quicker than that of a more traditional style pitcher. Slider taken outside, a 1-1. Sioux at 4 years in the Manhattan Jaspers as a senior last season was outstanding. 11-2, mostly out of the bullpen, 23 games, and 16 of those were in relief. The pitch, check swing, tapper, a fair ball towards first. Harther field, Sioux sprinting over, gets the feed, and he gets there just in front of Tarocco, and the inning is over. Great execution by Harther and Sioux on the spring training play. No runs, a hit, an error, and 2 left on. Middle of the 8th at Shaw Park. It's 1-0 Goldeyes on Jewel 101.
Boys never outgrow their need for toys. The toys just get bigger. Metro Center, Winnipeg's store for all things trailer, can help you take your toys anywhere you want to go. Trailers, parts, hitches, Metro Center has it all. Plus, you'll earn Air Miles reward miles with every purchase. Over 4,000 square feet of trailer parts, truck accessories, online ordering, knowledgeable staff, trailer service. Everything you need to haul your toys is at your Winnipeg trailer store. Metro Center, 620 Nairn. Visit metrotrailers.ca.
The Fairmont Winnipeg is the city's only luxury hotel with 340 luxuriously appointed rooms, 19,000 square feet of stylish function space, and 12 meeting rooms. At the Fairmont, quality, comfort, and convenience come standard, and its central location makes it perfect for your next corporate meeting or family staycation. Travel easily to the RBC Convention Center through the Underground Concourse, or visit the nearby Canadian Museum of Human Rights. Located in the heart of the city, the Fairmont Winnipeg continues to be the hotel of choice for the discerning traveler.
Rachel, you need to get a job at RBC.
But Dad, I want to be an astronaut.
Honey, it's great to dream, but we need to get employee pricing for our mortgage, okay?
Really, Dad?
There's an easier way to save like an employee. Introducing RBC Employee Mortgage Pricing. Now available for a limited time.
My daughter, the RBC employee, sounds much more impressive than my daughter, the astronaut.
Contact an RBC Royal Bank mortgage specialist today. Offer applicable to residential mortgages only. Other conditions apply. RBC Royal Bank does not actually suggest getting a job at RBC for a mortgage discount.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Bottom of the 8th inning here at Shaw Park. One more chance for the Goldeyes to try and tack on some insurance. Steve Shirley will go to his bullpen once again, and former Goldeyes reliever Coyote Downing will take over. The Hawaii native with a season and a half of quality baseball for the Goldeyes in 2012 and 2013. He's set to face 8, 9, and 10 Jordan Gaida, Ryan Pineda, and Amos Ramon. A nice job by Taylor Sioux working around an error and a single. The Goldeyes continue to play good defense. Twice tonight they've executed the old spring training flawlessly with a pitcher covering first and a ground ball to the right side. And again, the Goldeyes hanging on to a 1-0 lead right now. Hits are even 5 apiece. Winnipeg's committed a couple of errors. The Canaries have not committed an error tonight. And say the Goldeyes have been charged with 2 errors, but overall they've really played a quality game defensively, just in terms of the execution of some unusual plays. We talked about the grounders to the right side of the pitchers, covering the great job by Christian Garcia and Luis Allen earlier tonight on that potential wild pitch that saved what still would have been the tying run at this point of the game. So here's Jordan Gaida getting his first at-bat. He took over in the 6th for Luis Allen behind the plate. A right-handed batter, and also his rookie status in the league for 2014. First pitch in the way, a fastball taken down low, and the count is 1 ball and no strikes. So Coyote Downing, the former Winnipeg Goldeye, in the ball game now for Steve Shirley. Fastball runs outside, 2 balls and no strikes. He was initially sent to the Sioux City Explorers, which was part of the Jason Jarvis trade, which took place towards the end of last year, but the Explorers flipped him to Sioux Falls. Swinging a line drive towards deep right field. Taroko got turned around. Taroko reaches, and he can't get it. That drops in for a base hit, and Gaida will be safe at first base. Gaida smacked that the other way. Taroko got turned around. He almost recovered in time. Tried to make a shoestring catch, but it dropped just to his left, and the Goldeyes a good start with a runner on first and nobody out for Ryan Pineda. Downing last season appeared in 42 games, 4-4, all in relief at 3.40 ERA, 45 innings pitched, 39 hits, 23 walks, 33 strikeouts. That's 4-2 for the Goldeyes during their championship run in 2012, a 4.50 ERA in 37 games. First pitch, fastball, misses just inside, and the count is 1 ball and no strikes. Ryan Pineda is 1 for 2. He's fly to center and single through the right side on a little looper off the end of his bat. Jordan Gaida runs well, even though he's listed as a catcher. Just a very good athlete. Breaking ball, bounced low and away. Good backhand pick by Kevin Dultz. And it's now 2 balls and no strikes. Chris Duffy keeping Gaida close. Ryan Pineda has not shown any sign of a bunt early on in this at-bat against the right-hander Coyote Downing. In the top of the 9th, Canaries will have a chance. 3, 4, and 5 to up. Mendez, Jones, and Ford swinging a line drive. 1-hopper off the glove of Ford. Recovers though to second, and it's just in time to get Gaida for the force play. Well, it might have been a potential double play ball. Took a wicked hop on Shelby Ford and knocked him back, but he got enough of his glove on that ball to keep it in his general area. Had the presence of mind to flag it down behind him, and they just got the force play with Stephen Branca, the second baseman, covering the bag. So Ryan Pineda on the fielder's choice is now safe at first. He's a threat to run. And Amos Ramon steps to the plate. Has had a couple of good swings, officially 0 for 2, a fly to center, and he lined into a tough luck double play in the 5th. Fastball taken outside, and the count is 1 ball and no strikes. A run, 6 hits, 2 errors for the Goldeyes. No runs, 5 hits, and no errors for the Canaries. Pineda getting an average lead at first. 1 on and 1 out. The 1-0 pitch way outside off the glove of Kevin Dultz, and Pineda will get to second base easily. So a wild pitch uncorked by Coyote Downing. Now a runner in scoring position, and it's 2 balls and no strikes on Amos Ramon. Coyote Downing, originally drafted by the San Francisco Giants, a 50th round pick in 2009. At a Point Loma Nazarene University in San Diego, California. Saw time both as a pitcher and as a position player, and had success with both. Most of 2011 was spent playing shortstop, and he hit over 300 that year with 2 San Francisco Giants affiliates. The 2-0 pitch, fastball on the outside corner. Good velocity at 89 miles an hour. It's now 2 balls and 1 strike. He would switch back to pitching with the Goldeyes in 2012, and he's been one of the more consistent relievers in the American Association since. Young righty Alex De La Cruz ready for the 9th for the Goldeyes with a chance at a save. Runner goes off second, pitch low and outside. Doltz fires to third, the slide, and Pineda is out at third base. A close play. Ryan Pineda looked like he got a good jump on the right-hander Kyoe Downing. Went into a foot-first slide. Carlos Mendez applies the tag, and Scott Lengel ruled him out. So 2-5 in the caught stealing. And it's now 2 outs and no one on. The pitch was taken for a ball, and it's 3-1 on Emis Ramon. On deck, the leadoff hitter Tyler Kuhn has been on base twice. Looking forward to watching Alex De La Cruz pitch the top of the 9th inning. Righty against righty. The 3-1 pitch, it fouled the other way. A little bit late on that fastball, again at 89 from Downing. And the count runs full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Downing 5'11", 180 pounds. He will turn 28 years old tomorrow. May 7th, 1986, a native of Honolulu, Hawaii. Another guy celebrating his birthday tomorrow is Goldeyes starting pitcher Chris Salamita, who will turn 30. It fouled back into the right side again, and Amos hanging in there at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Got a lot of May birthdays. Of course, Chris Kissick celebrated his birthday just last week. Ethan Hollingsworth celebrating his birthday during the spring training opener on Sunday against the University of Winnipeg. Bases empty and 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Goldeyes lead by 1. Another 3-2 to Amos Ramon. Fouled straight back. So Amos having a good turn here. 3 straight foul balls, the last 2 of which have come with a full count. 9:14 p.m. The lights in full effect at Shaw Park on a chilly May evening. The Goldeyes in their 2nd exhibition game of the season. 3-2 on the Goldeyes third baseman. Now Downing comes set, getting the sign from Kevin Doltz. The payoff pitch, slider, strike 3 called in the outside corner, and the inning is over. So Downing works around the leadoff single, no runs, 1 hit, and no one left on base. End of 8 here at Shaw Park. It's 1-0 Winnipeg here on Jewel 101.
Can you guess who is top dog in the alley? Johnson Waste Management. Johnson Waste Management has been recognized as the top dog in the business 7 years in a row. Not bad for a local family-owned business in a dog-eat-dog world. Johnson Waste Management. Silver trucks and green bins. Doing our best to be the very best.
I'm so pumped for the Molson Canadian NHL contest at Boston Pizza that I hired a sportscaster to follow me around.
It's heating up.
You have a chance to win 2 tickets to every game of the 2014 Stanley Cup Final.
He shoots. He scores!
You can grab a pint of Molson Canadian for $5.99 at BP. Goes great with a pizza taco for $9.95.
And the crowd goes wild. Must be 21 years or older. No purchase necessary. See participating stores for details. Molson Canadian is a proud sponsor of the NHL. Boston Pizza. Hockey happens here.
It's a quiet evening at the lake. You can hear the birds singing before bed. The gentle waves. It doesn't get any better than this. Unless you add Archangel fireworks to your night. Having a birthday? Amp it up with fireworks. Family reunion? Nothing says we missed you like a crackling peony exploding in the sky. Typical Wednesday? You guessed it. You need Archangel fireworks. 104 Pembina Highway.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Top of the 9th inning here at Shaw Park. The Goldeyes leading the Canaries by a score of 1-0. Been given word from Goldeyes assistant general manager Regan Cates. And another thing you'll see oftentimes in these spring training games, we will play the bottom of the 9th no matter what happens here in the top half. The Goldeyes do lead 1-0, but even if young righty Alex De La Cruz puts up another 0, the Canaries will try and get another inning of work for one of their relievers. They have a righty warming up down the right field line. So in terms of the official part of this game, the Canaries trying to come from a 1-run deficit, come back with 3, 4, and 5 to up Carlos Mendez, Brandon Jones, and Shelby Ford against one of the newcomers, for the Winnipeg Goldeyes. Hard-throwing right-hander Alex De La Cruz. Mendez 1 for 3. Check swing. First pitch slider in the outside corner for a strike. And it's 0-1. De La Cruz with electric stuff in a full arsenal. And despite being just 22 years old, he's had experience closing already in his very brief professional career. He works out of a windup, first base side of the rubber, taking over for Taylor Sioux here in the top of the ninth. Fastball foul the other way, and it's quickly 0-2. Mendez a single, a ground out to second, and he has popped out to second base. Taylor Sioux a scoreless eighth, 1 hit, no walks, no strikeouts through 10 pitches. De La Cruz, the 6th pitcher of the evening for Rick Forney and the Winnipeg Goldeyes. De La Cruz in the Texas Rangers organization last year, pitching for Spokane in the short season A Northwest League, same league that Kyle Anderson was in last year. The 0-2 pitch, slider down and outside. It's 1-2. He was 2-0 with a 0.46 ERA. He worked in 10 games, saved 1. 19 2/3 innings pitched, 15 hits, only 4 walks and 20 strikeouts. Opponents hit just 205 against Alex De La Cruz last season. Right-hander against right-hander. 1-0 Winnipeg, top of the ninth. The pitch, slider, checked a swing, and it's low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The great control for Alex De La Cruz is perhaps the most important thing that jumps out. What is a 2-year professional resume. 49 strikeouts and 57 career innings over the last 2 seasons, but just 6 walks. A lot of times the younger pitchers who have great stuff, they'll scuffle with command sometimes. Slider punched in the air, shallow center. Donnie Webb's got it lined up. In a couple of steps, he makes the catch. A 1 away here in the top half of the 9th inning. But that has not been the case with Alex De La Cruz. In his pro debut, he pitched in the Dominican Summer League for the Rangers in 2012. 29 strikeouts and only 2 walks and 37 1/3 innings. And granted, overall, a smaller sample size, but entering this year, a lifetime strikeout to walk ratio of 8.17. Brandon Jones could tie it with a 1 swing, 0 for 2 in the walk. He takes a fastball low and inside from Alex De La Cruz. The count 1 ball and no strikes. And to put that in perspective, a 3-1 strikeout to walk ratio is phenomenal. And De La Cruz over the last 2 years, 8.17 strikeouts for every free pass. The lineup for the righty. And the 1-0 pitch hit on the ground on the left side, right in front of Tyler Cooney Field. Steps, throws to first in time to get Jones. And the Canaries down to their final official out in tonight's contest. Again, the Goldeyes will bat regardless in the bottom of the 9th inning. 1 run, 6 hits, 2 errors for the Goldeyes. No runs, 5 hits, and no errors for the Canaries. De La Cruz an out away from helping the Goldeyes post back-to-back shutouts to begin spring training. And fortunately for the Canaries, it would be 18 consecutive innings without a run to begin spring training. Shelby Ford, switch hitter left-handed, takes a slider low and inside from Alex De La Cruz. 1 ball and no strikes. De La Cruz not a big guy, 5'11", 200 pounds even. Just 22 years old, originally from Mayaguez, Puerto Rico, but he has great stuff. 2 outs and nobody on in the 9th. The 1-0 pitch, fastball, misses a little bit high and away. It's 2-0. If Ford can keep it going for the Canaries, Chris Duffy is waiting on deck. The Goldeyes in the bottom half of the 9th will have the top of the order, Kuhn, Blackwood, and Abercrombie against one more Sioux Falls relief pitcher. Here's the 2-0 from De La Cruz, pulling the ground foul outside of first, and it's now 2 balls and a strike. Shelby Ford, he's grounded a short, fouled out to Amos Ramon at third, and he reached on an error charge to Ramon in the 7th. That gave the Canaries one of their better scoring opportunities. Chris Duffy, who was on deck, banged in a 4-6-3 double play to end the inning. 2-1 pitch. Changeup missing outside, 3-1. Despite being a reliever, De La Cruz has 5 pitches, a 4-seam fastball, a 2-seam sinking fastball, changeup, curve, and a slider. He nods in agreement with Jordan Guida. The 3-1 pitch, hit on the ground on the right side, behind the back, fielded by Harther. Harther takes it to the bag himself, and that will unofficially end the ball game here tonight. 9 more scoreless innings for the Winnipeg Goldeyes pitching staff. A 1-0 lead again. Winnipeg will bat in the bottom of the 9th. No runs, no hits, and no one left on base. Back for an extra half inning here on Jewel 101.
Luxury, convenience, comfort. Have it all with Premier Executive Suites. For business travelers who are always on the move, Premier Executive Suites is your home away from home. You can relax in your comfortable living room, grab a midnight snack in your complete kitchen, and do that last-minute load of laundry with your handy in-suite washer and dryer. Book your extended stay in Winnipeg with Premier Executive Suites. Visit premiersuites.com to make your booking today. Take more of your life with you with Premier Executive Suites.
I'm off to the UPS store.
We don't need anything shipped.
Well, I'm getting our office printing and brochures made up, and I need some name badges and these pages laminated for our training class tomorrow.
At the UPS store?
Yeah, they do everything.
No, really, what are you shipping?
Copy, print, ship, and more at the UPS store. With their digital and wide format printing services as well as in-house graphic design services, they've got all your business needs covered. Big or small, they do it all at the UPS store.
Honey, where should I put this?
In the basement.
I don't think there's any room.
Sound familiar? If your home or garage has accumulated more than it can hold, let BFI Canada help. Rent a temporary bin from BFI for a day, a week, or longer. Too much stuff? Then call the Blue. Call BFI Canada to schedule your delivery today. BFI Canada, a progressive waste solutions company.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Some bonus baseball here at Shaw Park during spring training. The Goldeyes officially have won the game by a final of 1-0. Back-to-back shutouts to begin spring training. 18 scoreless innings. And again, a tough go early on for the Canaries. 18 innings without scoring a run. Canaries shut out tonight 1-0. And they lost 19-0 to the Sioux City Explorers last night in Yankton, South Dakota, in an effort to get Josh Giles, who pitched for the Amarillo Sox last year, some work here this spring. The Goldeyes will take their at-bats here in the bottom of the ninth. They have the top of the order coming up. Tyler Kuhn, Jake Blackwood, and Reggie Abercrombie. Josh Giles was one of the better setup men in the league last season. 2-4, 43 games with a save. All 43 appearances in relief for the Amarillo Sox at 3.05 ERA. Here's the first pitch on the way to Tyler Kuhn. Fastball on the outside corner, 0-1. Giles, 38 1/3 innings, 33 hits. He walked 21, struck out 36. And he is pitching for the first time in a Canaries uniform. The 0-1 Kuhn, swinging a high pop-up out behind short. Drifting over is Shelby Ford by the line, reaches, makes the catch. And Ford continues to show off good range this evening. One man down in the bottom half of the ninth inning. Joshua Glenn Giles, 6'1", 175 pounds, 29 years old, from Albuquerque, New Mexico. He's in his 9th year of professional baseball, a lifetime ERA of 4.69, and figures to be a key member of the late inning relief corps for Steve Shirley. Jake Blackwood stepping to the plate, 0 for 3. He's popped a short line to second and was retired on a fielder's choice. He takes a fastball on the inside corner, 86 miles an hour from Josh Giles. It's 0-1. Alex Dela Cruz will get credit for a save with a 1-2-3 top of the ninth. No hits, no walks, and no strikeouts through 12 pitches. The 0-1 fouled straight back, and it's 0-2. Goldeyes 1, Canaries 0. We're in the bottom of the ninth. Goldeyes again officially winning it in the top half of the frame, but try and get everyone some extra work here on what has been a quick game, just a little over 2 hours and 10 minutes right now. Jake Blackwood at the plate, with the bases empty and 1 out. The 0-2 slider popped in the air, foul. Kevin Doltz sheds the mask, and that'll land just in front of the press box here at Shaw Park, and it's still no balls and 2 strikes. Matt Alba's come out on deck to pinch hit for Reggie Abercrombie. 2 teams back at it again tomorrow evening at 7:05. Nick Hernandez scheduled to get the start for Winnipeg. And we should see several of the pitchers the Goldeyes employed on Sunday afternoon, including starters Jason Jarvis and Matt Jackson. 0-2 pitch, slider low and in. And the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. It'll be the final time the Goldeyes play an organized game here at Shaw Park until the regular season home opener on May 26th. High fly ball, shallow center. Out goes the second baseman, Branca. He calls for it, and Branca makes the catch. 2 outs and nobody on here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Goldeyes this week is brought to you by Boston Pizza. Hoo-wee, come and try Boston Pizza's new Meteor fall off the bone ribs. Boston Pizza, if you ain't ribbon, you ain't living. The Goldeyes have one more exhibition contest tomorrow, 7:05 against the Sioux Falls Canaries. regular season home opener May 26th against Sioux City. There will be fireworks and a magnet schedule giveaway at the gate. Presented by Pepsi and the Winnipeg Free Press. First pitch to Matt Alba. Again, pinch hitting for Reggie Abercrombie. Is a fastball taken low and inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Get your tickets by calling 855-GOLDEYE or visiting goldeyes.com. Swing and a miss at a fastball away. In the count of 1 ball and a 1 strike. Matt Alba with a single and a run scored, and he looked good behind the plate in the ball game Sunday. Getting his first action tonight. Now all of the Goldeyes position players have figured it in some fashion. Taken low and inside by Matt Alba, and the count goes to 2-1. Alba wrapped up a great college career at Kutztown University in 2013. Played 4 seasons, and he, along with David Hatt, who appeared earlier tonight, the 2 true rookies. Swinging a high pop-up, should end the ball game. Shallow center field again. Branca, the second baseman, going way out. Called off by Murrin, and Drew Murrin makes the catch, and that will end the ball game here tonight. The Winnipeg Goldeyes continue to pitch well. A 1-0 shutout over the Sioux Falls Canaries here at Shaw Park. The Goldeyes are now 2-0 on the spring. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on base. Our final score here at Shaw Park, it's the Winnipeg Goldeyes 1 and the Sioux Falls Canaries 0. Back with the Sports Select post-game show after this here on Jewel 101.
Thanks for listening to Winnipeg Goldeyes Baseball. Stay tuned for comments from Goldeyes players and coaches. The Winnipeg Goldeyes Sports Select post-game show is